a lot of people saying the owners of the Vikings said no player in Vikings history lived the ideals of toughness, camaraderie, and passion more than the all-time Iron Man. So he will be remembered.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Western Reserve Radio 2 and the iMedia One Network present Youngstown Patricians football. This afternoon, the Patricians are back at home as they will defend home field against the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris with you for another big game for Patricians football. Getting on the air just a little bit late, so we're going to go right to break, and when we come back, we'll go inside the Coach's Corner here on Western Reserve Radio 2.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Back inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Harris, and always fun to talk again the next week, Coach, after a win. A nice 24-14 win over the Patriots. Take me back to last week's game first.
The Patriots was a good opponent. I figured, we had a really good defensive game. We gave up more points than I would like. I would give the defense an A+. The offense, I was looking for the offense to get the ball moving a little bit more after our first couple of preseason games, and we did. We put up 24 points. We seen the end zone and got the team excited.
You got one of your very young players in his first year, a receiver, into the end zone a couple of times, and that big target really came through for you.
Yeah, Landon. Landon is, I'm going to say, I'm an advocate for bringing in young guys in this league, but I also know the difference between playing with grown men and these young guys. They really got to get broken in. So I was a little bit sketchy about starting Landon, starting him at first, but, you got to trust your instinct. He's a special talent for this league. He really, truly is, and he showed that he proved his worth, and he did his job.
Coach, now one of the other players that really proved their worth and could be a special talent for you is the kicker. Boy, a 35-yard field goal at this level, that could become a real weapon for you as the rest of the season goes along.
I would say this, special teams gets wins. And I'm going to say this, last season, a F in special teams. Right now, our kicker is a very, very, very valuable asset because our defense is good enough. If our offense ain't working well, then nothing's going on because we're going against a really good competitive team in this league, which we're going against this week. That kicker, he has a leg, and he's really confident. He's good. He's good to go.
Now, I know this is week 2 of the league play, but it's the 4th game of your season, so I'll say, what is the biggest improvement you are looking for this week from week 1 to week 2 of your entire squad?
From week 1 to week 2, I want to have consistent energy because we can come in the first half, and if you got to, me coming in with a lecture, second half for energy, I want to keep the same energy, consistent energy, man, so that way, that's what I want to see this coming into this week, that we have consistent energy for 4 quarters all the way through. We don't take no time off at all against this team. This is not the team to do that against. Absolutely not.
This is a very good football team coming up today. As you mentioned, the Rapids, they are 1-0 in the PAFL as well. They beat the Cobras by 3, 17-14 last week. What's the game plan going again against the Rapids?
Discipline, definitely discipline. We can't let penalties get in the way of this team and take advantage. But the game plan is just definitely seal the edges off with their speed. Sealing the edges off with their speed and just, keeping them on their toes. Their defensive line is really good. Spread them out a little bit and just keep the ball in the air, keep them on their toes, and just grind the game out.
Coach, your time as always is appreciated, and we will talk to you in a couple weeks with the bye week coming up next week. Thank you very much.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Coin toss going on at midfield as we get set for the Rapids and the Patricians here on Western Reserve Radio 2. Dave, both teams involved in good games last week. Of course, the Patricians 24-14. They were a winner last week against the Patriots, had a big field goal kick in that game by David Harbaugh. Rapids, Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. made a game-winning field goal for them as they beat the Cobras 17-14.
Yeah, I mean, 2 tight football games, and now we have 2 1-0 teams, and that's what you like to see. And we have real early football weather. Last week
we sure did.
It was like November. Today is just like it should be in June.
And it's one of those, these 2 teams are ranked in the top 5 in this week's poll in the PAFL for Tier 2. So we anticipate a good game here this afternoon.
Yep.
Patricians, maroon jerseys and pants with the white numbers on the front and back this week. The visiting Rapids, white jerseys, white pants, gold numbers trimmed in black with Rapids down the side. Now, this is a new team to the PAFL. But if you look at this roster, these players are not new to semi-pro football.
Yeah, that's for sure, and a lot of experience there. So, and a lot of size in different areas. I was just watching some of the pregame thing they were going over with their offensive line, and they got a lot of movement and a lot of size in that offensive line.
Coach Harris, Coach Hose are the respected head coaches for this game. Rapids have won the toss. They will defer. So the Patricians will get their hands on the football first to begin this one here this afternoon. And we're a perfect 2 for 2 on the coin toss.
Yeah. Hey, can we keep it up? That's what we want to do.
History says no.
Yeah. The odds against us, but we're going to try to do it.
So we will see both Corey McElroy and Miguel Burgess at the quarterback spot for the Patricians like we did last week. McElroy got the majority of the work, but Burgess came in and was a running threat out of the quarterback spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, he brought a lot of spark to that offense and versatility. So it's something to see today. We're going to see how that works with this team here. I see a lot of speed out there for the Rapids. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do against them.
Names to keep an eye on. Landon Bates last week wore 86. This week he's back to his original 36. The semi-pro rookie in his first year led the team in receptions and scored a pair of touchdowns.
Absolutely, and sure-handed receiver too, and run nice, crisp routes. And that's the thing that gets him open so well. It's not about blazing speed or anything, but he runs great routes and gets himself in position to be open for the football.
Patrician's going to send 2 back deep. That looks like Miguel Burgess and Isaac Coker will drop back deep. We'll see who's going to handle the kicking duties here on this kickoff for the Rapids. As their punter and field goal kicker, we mentioned earlier, Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr., and that is who's going to get the football. And we've got all 5 officials in place,
yes,
and we are ready to go. Week 2 of the PAFL Tier 2 is right here on the iMedia One Network. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris with you. Sit back for Week 2. If you're watching on Facebook, welcome aboard. Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. gets the kick away. This is going to be fielded by Burgess on a hop at the 15. He'll bounce outside across the 20. Now give ground, and he's going to go down at about the 23-yard line, and that is where the Patricians begin, left to right here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, excellent coverage, too, on the kickoff team, and that's something that I did coach in special teams before, and I tell you, the guys stayed in their lanes no matter how that ball was kicked. They stayed in their lanes where they should be.
And we know they focused on that in practice. The opening kick last week muffed, and they were able to hold on to the football this time and get a good drive going.
Right, absolutely.
So Corey McElroy is the starting quarterback, gets his second start. Played his high school football in Trumbull County for the Mineral Ridge Rams. We'll see Eaton, Graham, Mark Grier, Tavon Parchman. Saw him play some fullback last week. It is Jordan Eaton out of Austintown Fitch, the starting tailback. Corey McElroy works with twins to the right and twins to the left. He'll throw it on first down. Going to roll out, looks in the flat, pass juggled. That is dropped by Anthony Harris, incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Yeah, hey, I mean, the execution was great. The placement of the ball was perfect. He just did not concentrate in bringing that ball in and making that catch. That was an excellent play on first down.
Second and 10, clock stopped, 14:38, opening quarter for the Patricians. Again, these are the traditional home jerseys. We saw the throwback specials for week 1 last week.
Right.
Again, McElroy the quarterback, Eaton the tailback. Twins to each side on second down and 10. Rapids showing a little bit of pressure. Now they'll back off. Receiver goes in motion. That's Ryan Royster. Burgess to throw. Flips it to his back out of the backfield. Caught by Jordan Eaton. And this ball came loose. They're going to say he was down after a short gain and bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, great pursuit by the defense. They were out there. They read it early. Didn't allow too much to happen there on the outskirts there. So they good defense where they didn't give up much ground at all.
So 3rd down. Full 10 coming up for the Patricians on their opening drive here in week 2. Clock rolling under 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Going to see Christopher McCullough split out wide to the right side. He had a couple of deep shots to him last week.
Yeah, and he has an extra gear, that's for sure.
Burgess looks over the defense. He'll take the snap on 3rd down and 10, roll to the outside. All cut the football. He'll look for the first down marker, having it more down the sidelines. 50, 45, and down near the 41-yard line. Big run by Corey McElroy and a first down, but he's a little slow to get up at the 41-yard line.
There you go. Yeah. It's just that he tried to make that sudden stop and come back. Got that leg caught up under, and hopefully he can shake that off and be back in.
He's
very explosive. You can't get him on the outside, and that's exactly what he did.
He will head to the sidelines, and they will get a look at Corey McElroy. And we'll see Miguel Burgess check in at the quarterback spot. Got those bright yellow shoes that we saw last week from Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
So 1st and 10 for the Patricians. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Rapids. Twins again go to each side. Single back in the backfield, Jordan Eaton to the left of Miguel Burgess, the former Cheney Cowboy. Burgess takes the snap, looking to throw on 1st down. Eyes downfield, flips it downfield, looking for Landon Bates. And too tall for Bates and incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Just a little bit, just a hair too tall for him. As he was open near in the seams, and that could have been a nice little pickup there, but just a little bit too high for him.
So they continue to tend to the starter, Corey McElroy, on the far sidelines here at Jackson Milton. Split 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Eaton again the tailback, this time to the left of Miguel Burgess on 2nd down and 10. Burgess claps, takes the snap, going to roll outside, feeling the pressure, avoids the initial rush, stays on his feet, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be close. Might have lost a little bit. We'll have to wait for the official spot. They're going to give him to the 40, so give him 1. It's 3rd down and 9.
And I know it's only been the 2nd week, and we only done seen a total of 3 teams. But you talking about quarterbacks that are elusive. We done seen some, even from the other team last week. There's some elusive quarterbacks in this league.
Corey McElroy back in there for the Patricians. It's going to be Bates and Royster to the right. It'll be McCullough and Harris to the right, Bates and Royster to the left. Movement up front, and that's going to be an easy 5.
Yeah, that gets them a lot closer. About 4 yards short of the 1st down now, so makes things a little different.
So give him the 5 yards on the defensive encroachment. We'll set up a 3rd down now and 4 for the Patricians.
Yeah, this is a perfect time now, especially how the Rapids are lining up. Look like they want to do a little blitzing. This is a perfect time to get a screen going if they're going to continue to try to blitz.
Again, Twins to each side. Eaton is the tailback. McElroy the quarterback. It's 3rd down and 4. Hard count, takes the snap. McElroy to throw. Trying to avoid the pressure. Eyes downfield, just going to unload this one. Looking for Bates.
Who else?
Did he hold on to it? That's
absolutely.
He
got it.
Landon Bates showing off the hands. He wasn't even in the picture when that ball was thrown, and he was able to get underneath that football and drag the feet for the big game.
Mark, he was at least 10 yards away from that football inside. Now, we're talking all the way to the boundary. He was able to get there.
He would have been inside the far hash had we had them on the field.
Right. And for him to get over there, and it just seems like if he gets his hands on the football, he's got it.
Former Hubbard Eagle, 2 touchdown catches last week. He has shown out so far in the first 2 weeks for the rookie.
Absolutely.
Whistle and a Patricians timeout. Coach Harris wants a timeout. We will step aside as well. With the Patricians and Rapids, we are scoreless on Western Reserve Radio 2.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Off the timeout by the Patricians, they will have first and goal from the 10-yard line. 10:23 to play, opening quarter. This the opening possession of the ball game. Split backs in the backfield. They're going to give it to Zier Graham, the former Warren Harding Raider, looking for the goal line. They're going to pull him down inbounds right about maybe the 3-yard line. It's going to set up second down and goal.
Yeah, and he's a big guy that's coming at you. He's not looking to really run out of bounds. He's looking for contact.
I know. Working with you for 5 years, those are your favorite kind of backs, the ones
Yeah.
that seek the contact.
They're seeking it.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Going to be Grier and Graham in the backfield. Take the snap, going to hand it off. Looking for the goal line, and he's going to be just about a yard shy.
Yeah, he's probably down about the 1-yard line. They were able to gang tackle him there and not allow.
That is a different quarterback in there as well. That
Yes.
is one Tyree Johnson Jr. in there in the goal line package.
Isn't that something?
Trying to mix things up. Game number 4 for the Patricians. Two and 1 overall, 1-0 in the PAFL. It's third and goal from the 1-yard line. It's going to be Graham to the left and Grier to the right side. Johnson in the middle. Johnson's going to keep it, try to bounce to the outside, turns on the jets and walks into the end zone. A 1-yard touchdown run for Tyree Johnson Sr.
Yeah, and I was trying to catch that number, and I want to say it was 56. And I want to give him some love there. We don't talk about this. They call them the big uglies. He sealed that outside on that defensive end. And once he sealed it, it was no way anyone was getting Johnson going into the end zone.
So we will see David Harbaugh, who's one of the few players that played his high school ball outside of the area. He played up at Lake High School.
Yep.
So doing the holding, it's Brett Widener, number 17. For David Harbaugh. Perfect on 2 extra points and a field goal in week 1. Snap down, rush on, extra point, has the distance, and it is good. So we've got 8:43 to play here in the opening quarter, and the Patricians strike first, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Tyree Johnson Sr. We'll step aside on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Patricians on the board first, capping off the opening drive on a 1-yard touchdown run by Johnson Sr., then the extra point by David Harbaugh. And now Harbaugh set to kick the ball to the Rapids, who will have it on offense for the first time here today.
Yeah, we want to see how they respond after that. That was excellent drive there to get down and get into the end zone, so they want to definitely respond to that.
I got a question for you, but we'll wait till the kickoff.
Okay.
We got, again, David Harbaugh wearing 39, set to kick. 2 returners for the Rapids back deep, right about their 10-yard line. Harbaugh, low line drive, end over end kick, going to go over the head of the returners and into the end zone. And that'll be the touchback. So, which do you prefer, Dave? 50 for kickoff last week or 80 for kickoff this week?
I'll go ahead for the 80.
It was definitely unique last week. I don't remember week 1 of the semi-pro season where I was bundled up like we were for kickoff last week.
Yeah, it was something different last week.
So Monte Taylor, the quarterback for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. They are 3-1 overall, and a 1-0 in the PAFL, of course, defeating the Cobras by the slimmest of margins last week, 17-14.
Well, I know my eyes is on number 9 right now, and David Pringle, as he's shown to be unblockable last week. See how he fares this week.
And we've got a flag.
That's some motion.
So first penalty flag. Procedure penalty going to go on the Rapids. That'll back them up. Make it first down and 15 with 8:34 to play here in the opening quarter.
Yeah. You want to hear some coaches go crazy. First play, offensive play, you come out and you're not ready, you're not even set correctly. Oh man, that makes the guy furious.
Split backs in the backfield. That looks like Graves and Calhoun. Taylor, the quarterback, takes the low snap. He'll hand it off on first down. Slicing through the defense.
Fumble.
The ball is loose on the field, and the Patricians think they've got the football.
I think they do.
Wait for an official indication. They do.
They do. Oh my! And I'm gonna tell you that running back has lightning type speed, but he's got to hold on to the football. Yeah. And I mean, he was looking for daylight to break that thing.
So if that is a name you are familiar with, that is a player that spent some time with the Cobras organization, Emmett Calhoun, who played both tailback and wide receiver. So the Patricians will take over after the first turnover. So you said upset coaches, a penalty, and then a turnover?
Oh, my. Yeah, I would not want to be over near any of those coaches at this time.
So first and 10 for the Patricians at the Rapids, 35-yard line. 7-0 lead and the football, looking for more.
Yeah, and this is one of those times that you take that chance. You may want to take that chance and try to actually go and take it all on that first play.
Got to take advantage of the field position. This Rapids offense has been known to put up some big numbers. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback, Corey McElroy. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. That's McCullough split outside. McElroy to throw it on first down. Now he's going to run with the football, and he'll turn it upfield, go out of bounds near the chains, and one of the defenders for the Rapids ran right headlong into the fence to try and get you a number. That was Michael Marshall, number 9, who went into the fence and then went right down.
Yeah, I mean, full speed he went into the fence there.
We saw that in the Trumbull versus Mahoning baseball game yesterday. Catcher for Mahoning County trying to make a play, went face first into the padded backstop.
Oh. Padded or not.
Slightly padded.
Right. Sudden stops are not things you like to do.
No, my knees would explode if they were asked to do that now. Second and 2 from the 23 after McElroy gains 8. Eaton to his right, trips left, single receiver right side. McElroy sets up the screen. That overshoots number 1, Tyree Johnson Jr., and incomplete.
That was the best thing that could have happened is actually, I don't know if they consider that a back. No, they just incomplete pass. But I tell you, that right there was read perfectly by the defender there. He was right there where he should be.
So it's 3rd down and 2 for this Patricians offense, looking to put some points on the board. We saw Harbaugh hit from 35 last week, so we're approaching his range now.
Yeah.
Trips to the left. Single receiver to the right side. That is Marshall Mays, number 21. McElroy takes the snap. Sets up the screen, dumps the ball to Eaton, who made the catch and tries to fight forward. He'll have a 1st down and a lot more, and I love to see the sportsmanship, Dave. Number 5 that took down the ball carrier right over there to help him up, Anthony Spooney. And good to see that at any level.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, nice collision there, right there. Hand slap, helped each other out.
Spot the ball at the 15-yard line, 1st and goal. Excuse me, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Patricians.
Boy, they keep it.
In that huddle still.
Yeah, got a little long there. And I have to watch their play clock and make sure they're not close to it, because I think they're running dangerously into getting that call.
And it's also Miguel Burgess in there at the quarterback spot. Burgess takes the snap, looking to throw, eyes downfield. He's in all kinds of pressure, and he'll be pushed out of bounds, and one of our officials goes down in a heap. Looks like he is up and seems to be okay.
Yep.
Call that no gain on the play. Sets up a 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. And that's that extra gear with both quarterbacks where it looks like they're going to be thrown down for a loss, but they're at the minimum able to get back to the line.
I mean, they do. They have an extra gear.
So it's Bates and Johnson Sr. to the left. Anthony Harris and Marshall Mays are the 2 receivers to the right side. Eaton, the tailback. Going to give it to, that's Graham, Zier Graham in there at the tailback spot, and he gets stood up as he runs into a wall defender, and able to make that stop defensively for the Rapids.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he got much of anything on that. Maybe they want to give him a foot. That's just being generous.
That was, you ready for this? That was Boom Lumbus on the stop.
Well, I like Boom. I like it because he gave him the boom on that one. He got him really good there on that play.
3rd and 9. Bates and Johnson Jr. go to the left. Harris going to take the shot, looking for Bates, going up top, and he got it for a touchdown.
I mean, just who else? I probably shouldn't be talking like this on this broadcast, but if I see this guy.
Harris, 0-0, 4:30-0, 4:31 to play, 1st quarter on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
4:31 to play, opening quarter, 14-0 lead for the Patricians over the visiting Rapids. And now David Harbaugh set to kick. Twin returners will drop back deep for the Rapids. It looks like Calhoun back just inside his own goal line. High end over end kick, drifting towards the sidelines, going to be caught at the 18. Brought back across the 20, 25, And going to get all the way out near the 40-yard line before being pushed back. And we had a chance to talk to Coach Harris before week 1. He said last year, special teams F. For this year so far, they gave up a little bit on that return, but for the most part, that unit has taken a big leap forward.
A big leap, and then that was a short kickoff too. And but they have definitely played leaps and bounds better than what we've seen last season.
4:17 to play, opening quarter. Rapids right to left will have the football. They turned it over on their first possession. Taylor, the quarterback, split backs with him in the backfield. One receiver right and two to the left. Taylor going to take the snap. He'll put it in the belly of his running back, who has stood up after a very short gain. That's Emmett Calhoun on the carry.
Yep.
It's an interesting mix. There's some sportsmanship and handshakes, and there's a little woofing too going on.
Yeah.
So we got a mixture of both.
We got it going, and you know it was coming soon.
Second down and 8 for the Rapids. From the 42-yard line. Again, twins to the right, single receiver left side. Monte Taylor, the quarterback. Taylor takes the snap. He'll pitch it to the running back in the backfield.
That's a great play.
He's tripped up and dropped, and a late flag comes in.
Might be holding there.
That's Marcus Brown in the backfield making the stop, and
boy,
we'll have to see what the penalty is.
It looked like he called holding there. Big call here because you can have 3rd and 13, or do you want to go 2nd and maybe about 20?
They're going to decline the penalty. And it'll set up, as you said, 3rd and about 13.
Yeah,
That's a loss of about 5 on the play.
Right. Boy, I tell you.
There is some bounce in the maroon jerseys here this afternoon.
Absolutely.
3rd and 13 from the 38-yard line. Twins right, single receiver left. Again, split backs in the backfield, Calhoun and Graves.
Yeah.
Clock rolling
Number
down.
1 here needs to play inside his guy.
Taylor goes downfield. Pass is going to be caught. First down and more. Breaking tackles all the way down to about the 35-yard line. And they got the football into the hands of Rob Graves, number 26, and he turns that into a Rapids first down.
Yeah, nice play. I mean, right on target. And that's when you want to catch them, not where they have to stop, right there on the run. And that was a big pickup there on that play.
Spot the ball at the 38, 1st and 10 for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids.
And you can see just that one play give them a little energy. They came out of the huddle pretty quickly on this play.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Calhoun and Graves in the backfield. Going to give it to the tailback that looked like Calhoun on the carry. And Calhoun going to get down to the 34-yard line. He'll pick up 4. It's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, there. Yeah, he explodes through those holes there, but they closed it up pretty quick.
He may not be the biggest guy on the field, but he is not afraid to take a hit.
No, absolutely not. And very explosive. You can see that.
2 receivers far out to the right, 1 to the left side. Split backs between Taylor on this 2nd down and 7. Taylor's going to keep the football this time, and he'll get twisted down as he will be a little bit shy of the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and call it close to 4 for the Rapids.
Yeah, this is a big down for both teams here. Patricians want to shut this down, and definitely the Rapids need to score in this drive.
Again, 2 running backs flanking the right and left of Monte Taylor, the quarterback. 2 receivers, short side right, 1 wide to the left. Low snap
ball's loose.
On the turf. Taylor's got to pick it up and just eat it as he's pulled into the ground. There to make the stop, that was Anthony Harris, number 23 on the tackle. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and they probably will go for it. in this situation here, they want to keep the ball. I'm sure they're not going to punt or anything. I think they're going to go for it here.
They've got the ball back at about the 29-yard line.
Well,
so you're looking at 46 yards roughly for a field goal if they were to attempt it.
We got some confusion out there. You got the look like the field goal team going, and now the offense, they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to have to burn a timeout as
no
the
question.
offense coming to the sidelines.
Look like the kicker is ready to give it a shot. It'll be about 46 yards, 47 yards on the kick.
We saw both kickers for these two teams have success last week.
No.
We have come to the end of the opening quarter. Just let that quarter clock roll down. And after one, it is your Youngstown Patricians 14 and the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 0. We'll be back after this break on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
Rapids going to leave their offense out on a 4th down and call it close to 7.
Big play here, Mark. This is big.
Twins to each side of the formation. Taylor has a back 2 yards behind him out of the pistol. He'll take the snap, going to roll out.
Oh, he's got
feeling
problems.
Some pressure, stepping up, looking downfield, trying to look for that first down marker.
He didn't get it. I don't think
he
so.
got it. He got hammered out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be close, but I think he's short.
That was actually Jordan Jones in there, number 8, it looked like, on that run.
Yeah.
And that is a stop on downs.
He went for it, boy. I can't it wasn't like he was scared of contact. He was trying to get to that marker. And, boy, they met.
So 2 possessions for the Rapids, a turnover and a turnover on downs.
Yeah. Boy. The Rapids are showing they're seeing something a little different than maybe people might have believed for this week, because the Patricians are really coming out here playing some ball so far.
All phases of the game clicking here early for Coach Dom Harris. Patricians break the huddle. They'll come to the line of scrimmage, sending 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. That is Landon Bates with 3 touchdowns receiving already on the year. McElroy trying to make sure they've got all players out there. And to snap the football. He's got all kinds of pressure, needs to just unload this one. Looks downfield towards the area of Jordan Eaton and incomplete. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was a smart move on his part, too. Just get rid of near receiver, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
And don't forget, TPI Custom Photo Lab is the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call 330-793-3456.
I tell you, Mark, with this offense they're doing so far, they're doing a lot of wide type of screen passes out to the receivers. It opened up some running lanes, and you may be able to run a delay back and there will be some open holes.
2nd and 10. Again, Twins to each side. Going to send a man in motion. That's Marshall Mays. McElroy looking that way, steps up, hit as he throws, pass complete to Ryan Royster, who's got the first down before being driven out of bounds near the 42-yard line. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing between these two teams. It's, crack helmets, go knock them out of bounds, reach down, help each other up.
Yeah.
This has been a beautiful thing in the first half.
Yeah, it sure has. And I'm not worried about the little talking, because that's just a part of the game. Get a little talking in there, but we've seen a lot of sportsmanship.
Even for you when you played corner?
Yeah, no, I never talked.
No, I would think that would not be you at all. 1st and 10 from the Patricians' 41-yard line. Twins to each side for Corey McElroy, the quarterback. Takes the snap, swings it out into the flat, and that one a little too far for Jordan Eaton, and incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10, and Rapids starting to get a little pressure into the backfield here in the second quarter.
They sure are. They're bringing those backers, and they're getting some pressure there. But if he could have got that ball down just a little so he could have hit that receiver, he might have been able to get a little bit on that play.
2nd and 10 for the Patricians from their 41-yard line. 13:49 to play here in the first half. 14-0, your Youngstown Patricians. Put one receiver, be inside the hash to the right, trips to the left. Backer stepping up. Now he'll drop back. McElroy to throw it. Going to go down the seam. Went through the hands of his intended target. Looking for Marshall Mays. And that might have been a little deflected, but either way, it's incomplete in 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and the ball might have been a little behind him. But one thing about it, if you're able to get your hands on it, you need to pull it in. And he just didn't make that. He didn't adjust his body. He adjusted the hands there. But if he needed to slow down that body, turn it, make that catch, and get down. Get right down on the ground there, and you had a pickup.
It's 3rd and 10 from the 41-yard line. 13:44 to play in this fast-moving first half.
Yeah, 'cause one of the things we're starting to see, as you said earlier, they're starting to put a lot more pressure on the quarterback, and we see him getting there now.
Twins to each side, single back in the backfield, right to the quarterback of Corey McElroy. McElroy takes the snap. Time, going to take a shot. Man out there, and that ball sails over the head. Was intended target, looking for Marshall Mays, and he had to throw that one way sooner than he wanted to.
Yeah, and you know what? And he didn't really have to throw it as soon as he did. I think he just anticipated that pressure getting there. He still could have held it just a tad longer and allowed his receiver to get out there.
So 2 men will drop back deep to return this punt for the Rapids. Looks like Mari Mitchell, number 13, to handle the punt from Harbaugh.
Yeah, good defensive effort there by the Rapids. So maybe they can get the ball in some good field positions early in the second quarter and see what they can do on offense.
Rapids ran an extra man on the field, but got him off in plenty of time.
Boy.
Patricians now a man down. They'll sprint somebody in.
Woo.
And there's going to be a delay.
That might be a flag. A little bit too late getting out there.
It looked like David Harbaugh turned to the Patrician sidelines and politely said, what's going on here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is something I know as a special team coach, this drives you nuts because some guys, that might be all they do, and they're looking around on the sidelines, don't even know what's going on. You need to know to get out there.
4th and 15. Harbaugh to punt, rolls back to him, plays it on the hop, gets away a nice kick anyway. And that football is going to roll. But it will check up right at the 35-yard line. Played that like a shortstop and got that kick away.
Yeah, and we done seen that in a couple weeks now. He has been able to do that and doing an excellent job in doing so.
I will say, who says kickers aren't athletes?
Yeah.
I can tell you who says it. Coach Gessler says it.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know things, all the coaching and all we probably did in the past, that's what you look at it. But things have changed these days, for sure.
It seems like, 45, 50-yard field goals are they're expected now.
Now, yeah. We're seeing punters throwing beautiful passes when they fake the punt. I mean, seen it all.
Looks like that's Jordan Jones now at the quarterback spot.
Well, Patricians in the defense that says, if you're going to run, this is the time, run at me.
Play fake. Jones, backside pressure, hit as he throws, and that ball will fall incomplete.
A lot of pressure there, boy.
In the backfield for the Patricians, that's George Freeman Jr. and Mark Breyer combining on that pressure in the backfield.
Absolutely. Off that right side, they came with a lot of things with them, I tell you, because they put a little crack on them there in the backfield.
Would you say it was with bad intentions?
Yeah, a lot of bad intentions. That's what you want to come with.
2nd down and 10 for the Rapids. Going to split twins to each side of the formation. Single back in the backfield, 2 yards behind Jordan Jones, the quarterback. Overlooking the defense. Sends a man in motion behind the quarterback. They're going to pitch it to the tailback, and he is stood up and dropped in the backfield. Patricians defense there again to make the stop. That is Ryan Royster is listed at number 5.
That's we getting it wrong. I'm pretty sure that's 5.
That's
it's not
a different
6.
5.
It's a different 5 there. But I tell you.
So this will put them about 1.5 yards behind the chain, set up a 3rd down and 11 for the Rapids.
Yeah, we're seeing some good defensive play on both ends right now as they're battling. They need a big play, though, right now. Rapids need a big play.
Twins to each side. Jones in the pistol. Tailback 2 yards deep behind him. Jones takes the snap. He'll drop. Facing pressure. Backside again. He tries to shuttle that football.
The ball's loose
on the turf. The beatbag flies.
They got
Rapids get on the football. One of the big offensive linemen.
Good play by number 52 to get down on that football as he tried to flip it at the end. Wasn't a wise decision. It was just better to take that sack right there.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and 20 now for the Rapids.
Boy, I mean, Coach Harris right now, and he's not a guy that's going to be smiling. I don't care what the score is. You won't see a smile on his face until all zeros is on that clock. He's a guy that's intense, and right now, though, you have to be happy with your football team. All phases, Mark. All phases, they've been playing good today.
Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. to punt. Miguel Burgess back deep. Rapids run a man on late. Flag flies. And they're going to blow this play down. The referee kind of looking at the Rapids sidelines. Illegal substitution penalty going to make it 4th and 25 now for the Rapids. This will bring Burgess all the way up to right around his own 45, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, they're going the wrong direction right now, Mark.
So, Rhodes Jr. to punt, low snap. Picks it up, gets away a high side-winding kick. Burgess is going to play it on a hop across the 45, midfield to the 45-yard line. Takes a big hit across the 40 and all the way down near the 38-yard line. He just bounced off that big crack and kept going.
He got hit with authority, and it didn't do anything. You talking about a guy that's sturdy.
Now we have a little bit of a disagreement on the field.
Yeah, I mean, they continue hitting him, driving him. I'm sure they had a lot to do with it. You know, first they're upset because they layered the boom to him, and it didn't affect him one bit. As he continued on, And he shocked me on that one.
That's where you take the hit, you turn back, and you remind him, like, I'm a quarterback. Just don't forget that.
Yeah, that's the thing about
that
it.
Hit doesn't faze me.
No, it didn't. I mean, it didn't even do anything.
We got a Rapids player down on the field who looks like a cramp, potentially. They're checking him out on the sidelines, and he is up and on his feet at the 40-yard line. He'll make his way to the near sidelines. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Patricians. Another short field to work with, and I've said it once already, you have to take advantage of the field position. You have to continue putting points on the board.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to put, because the Rapids is known to put points on the board. So as much as you can, you want to put them on there.
So here comes the Patricians offense. Ball at the 37-yard line. 11-11 to play first half. Patricians 14, Rapids 0. Patricians going to have one receiver to the right, trips to the left side. It's Royster who goes in motion. They pitch it to him behind the line of scrimmage. And Royster going to lose just a little bit on that run and bring up 2nd down and a little more than 10. We've got another player down on the field for the Rapids.
Boy, we're getting a lot of things. I don't know what.
Can't see.
But I tell you, they are playing with a lot of speed on that field, Mark. And when you get speed against speed in a collision, boy, a lot of things happen.
With this game, just it seems to be played athletically at a different level than what we saw last week.
Yeah, it is absolutely at a different level. You know, and I was wondering as I watched the Rapids warm up, you could see the athleticism in that team, and you start to wonder, well, can the Patricians, you know, match that? And so far, we have seen where both teams are showing great athleticism.
Man on
and
the sidelines.
And we done seen great toughness too, because we done seen guys down on both sides able to get up and walk off, and it's good to see.
So the Rapids player able to get off the field under his own power.
And we got to realize the temperature now too. Today it's a lot warmer, a lot more humidity today out there.
2 receivers each side of the formation. 2nd down and 10 for the Patricians from the Rapids 38-yard line. Man comes in motion right to left. That's Anthony Harris. McElroy to throw, pumps, pulls it down, has 2 men out there, finds the receiver behind the line of scrimmage, and that is who else? That is Landon Bates. He needs to just walk in the end zone untouched. That's a touchdown.
He still ain't went there.
He caught the ball. He could just roll across the goal line. That should be a touchdown.
It should be a touchdown.
Right, a lot of players indicating that should be a touchdown, including Bates.
And including the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, now it's a touchdown.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Took a little while for the indication. That's a 38-yard touchdown run, a pass, excuse me.
And I mean, we was talking about who was going to catch the pass. We had 2 receivers near each other, so we know somebody ran the wrong route. But they both were open.
Yeah, both were open. Let's see, a 38-yard touchdown completion, and this Patricians lead has grown to 20-0. David Harbaugh on to attempt the extra point. Snap rolled back to him. The holder picks it up, and he's just going to be driven to the turf. So the extra point not attempted.
Yeah.
And our score with 10:34 to play here in the first half. It is the Patricians 20, the Rapids 0. You're listening to the iMedia One Network and Western Reserve Radio 2.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Heads starting to turn as they pay attention to this one here in the PAFL Tier 2. It is 20-0 Patricians. 10:34 to play, first half.
Yeah, I'm absolutely stunned that this one is.
So David Harbaugh ready to kick the ball back to the Rapids offense that has struggled here in the first half with a couple of turnovers on downs and a fumble.
Yeah.
Two men back deep at the 10-yard line for the Rapids. Harbaugh's kick end over end back deep inside the 10. He'll bring it back on the bounce across the 15, 20, 25, across the 30, 35,
nice
40,
return.
And out to the 43-yard line on the return. Tackle by Chandler for the Patricians on special teams.
Yeah, absolutely a very good return there. And that's how you return the kickoff, get upfield and get much as you can out of it, and he did exactly that.
That's what you always said, be aggressive, attack downfield.
Yeah, you attack it immediately on that. Guys stay in their lanes, or you get somebody to crack where they're not in their lanes, that's when you can break one.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rapids from their 40-yard line. Left to right here in the second quarter. Need a football to be able to play football. So
yeah, I think we need that.
Seconds. Must have the ball to play the game. So Jordan Jones, the quarterback, running backs to his right and left. Two receivers to the left, one to the right side. Jones overlooking the Patricians defense. Looks like they're bringing some pressure. He'll drop the throw, step up, fire downfield.
Nice
pass caught in traffic.
Yeah.
All the way down to the 45-yard line of the Patricians.
Nice pass there, and I mean on target. The timing was great, and not only that, you got to give him a lot of kudos to catch that in traffic, take the hit, and be able to hold on.
That was Sean Smith Jr. for the Rapids on the reception. Twins left, single receiver right. Same look out of the Rapids we've seen most of the day. They'll run it on first down.
Nice
Bounce
delay.
to the outside. As that ball is run all the way downfield by Emmett Calhoun. Looked like we had holding out here.
Yeah.
But no flag on the play and a big run by Calhoun.
Yeah. Well, Calhoun was motoring so quickly. I think by the time they were thinking about calling a holding, he's already passed them. So, I mean, it looked like it was a holding there, but hey.
Down to the Patricians' 25-yard line.
You need those breaks like that at times.
Jones overlooks the defense, takes the snap. He'll hand it to his tailback, sweeping to the short side of the field, and then cutting back inside before being thrown out of bounds. So it's a gain of 5.
On that play. Now I'm watching Pringle coming back into the game, and it seems like whatever side he's on, they don't really run that way. They run opposite the side that Pringle is on.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. The guy, that just shows me some dominance. Now look what side he goes to where they've been running. So let's see if they stay that way.
2nd and 5 for the Rapids. Quarterback Jones going to keep it, and he's just going to lower the shoulder and drive ahead. And he's going to be a little bit shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
You got a nice little drive going here. Mixing it up with run and pass.
So 3rd down and call it 1 for the Rapids. We approach 8 minutes to play in the first half.
This is big too, because they can get that first down and keep this drive going.
Single receivers now to the left, 2 to the right side. 2 backs with Jones in the backfield, who hands the ball off to Calhoun. And Calhoun going to push forward down near the 15-yard line. That's close.
Well, he must be shorter a little bit. According to the referee coming in this side,
they did not get the front foot spot, so it is 4th down and short.
And they're coming ready to go quickly. A little tush push here.
We got movement up front. Flag flies.
Oh, yeah. Ball loose. The Pringles got the ball. So what they're going to call here, because the ball did come loose, but it might have been late when it did.
The Patricians are saying, this is our football, Mr. Referee. We'll see if he agrees with it.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Decline the penalty and take the football. They called that penalty on the Patricians.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they called that defensive encroachment and a 1st down for the Rapids.
Wow.
So 1st and goal for the Rapids from the 10-yard line. We've got 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Jones bobbled the snap, able to give it to his back, and he is pulled down in the backfield.
Good tackle, and he hurt himself making that tackle. Number 20, looked like it might be 27. Make sure of that.
Can't get a good look at the number of the player who he finished the tackle.
Yeah,
basically
he made the tackle.
Pulled him down by the jersey.
But he had an awkward position as he was doing.
Like the rib area.
Yeah, because he was in an awkward position when he made that tackle.
So we got the coaching staff and the training staff for the Patricians making their way to the field. Clock will stop at 6:44 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, this is an important drive here for the Rapids, too. You want to score and get some kind of points on the board before halftime. Give yourself some kind of momentum going in.
Loss was about a yard. That's right. We're rooting for one team here, Dave. So it's going to be 2nd down and closer to 11.
He took it off. He's up.
That is 27. Darian Owens will make his way to the sidelines.
And he did indicate like a rib, but that also could be where the wind, because he was pulling from one angle and bringing him down in another angle. So, yeah, that could do it. But he's walking off, looks good. I'm sure he should be back.
2nd and goal for the Rapids. 6:44, clock rolling here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I would love to know how that one play there, that they were actually offsides. I just didn't see how that happened there.
2nd and goal from the 10. Jones, the quarterback, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs, 1 to his right and left. He'll drop the throw. Was looking for the slant. They took that away.
Ooh,
pass deflected and almost intercepted.
Yeah, well, you got to attack the football. And I'm going to tell you right now, number 21 been running into the end zone if he would attack the football. That ball was short, and he waited for it to get to him. Instead of going and attacking it. He did. He picked that off. He's gone.
So it brings up a 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line.
And, and I'm up here and he's out there. It might have looked like it had enough on it to make it to him. but you got to attack the football. He'd be
Didn't
running.
get a good break on it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. He'd have been in the end zone for sure.
3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Jones to throw it. Time goes towards the end zone. That is caught for a touchdown for the Rapids. Try and get you a number on that receiver.
Yeah, looks like number, I can't tell it from here. 20. Well, we'll see it soon. He's coming our way.
24, I
24.
believe.
Yep, you're right.
So 24 is not on my roster.
That would happen, wouldn't it?
So 6:03 to play here in the first half.
And they were in the zone there. It looked like they were cover 2, and not one of my favorites, but it cuts some things down, but it's always pockets where you can catch somebody open.
Extra point is up and good. 6:03 to play here first half. It is the Patricians 20, the Rapids 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
6:03 to play in the first half. Patricians 20, Rapids 7. Patricians going to get their hands back on the football.
And they have been shown great on offense so far, so they shouldn't hang their heads or at all after that. They should be able to get that ball and try to put a drive together themselves before half.
So the kicker for the Rapids, Bobby Rhodes Jr. Going to kick this ball away.
It's kind of funny. He put the laces kind of towards them. That's different.
Hand over
Nice
and kick. Brought back with hesitation across the 20. Cuts back inside of a defender. Stays on his feet. Breaks to the outside. Turns the corner across the 45-50. 45-40 and all the way down near the 35-yard line on the return.
That guy's kidding me, man.
That's Miguel Burgess, the former Cheney Cowboy, getting it done.
That guy's something else. I'm telling you. You talking about patience. Now that's called patience with the football.
That is a guy they're going to have to find a way to get him touches as the year goes along.
Oh, they have to. I mean, I just have both of them on the field at the same time, him and McElroy, because the guy is just dangerous with the ball. Yeah, because it's just unbelievable. I mean, he's taking his time. He almost broke that.
1st and 10, Patricians from the Rapids 35-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Jordan Eaton, the former Austintown Fitch Falcon, is the tailback to the right of Corey McElroy.
I'm waiting for McCullough to make a play. He hasn't went that way yet.
McElroy to throw it, step it up.
Oh, my. Who else?
Ball.
Oh,
and that ball
sorry.
knocked away at the last second. That was defense by Landon Bates to knock that ball away from the safety that came over.
Yeah, oh, and I tell you, McElroy loves him. He trusts him, even though that was in double coverage. He still put the ball up to him because he trusts him that much that he can go up and get it. And almost did, but he did the right thing, playing defense on the play, and was able to knock it loose.
2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. $5:42 to play here, first half.
Yeah, I have been surprised because McElroy, I believe that's McElroy, number 15. last week he just showed us some
McCullough.
I'm sorry. That extra gear, Mark. And he's over here in single coverage.
Harris in motion, whistles, and the Patricians got the timeout before the flag came out. Dave, we'll keep it right here with 5:42 to play in this second quarter, and you like what you see so far in all three phases?
All three phases, I'm telling you. And like I said, that touchdown they gave up is something that I just, I play it if that's what the coaches call, but I hate it. And that's when you play cover two, too many little pocket, little zone areas that they can hit it, quick hitters on, and you'll find something. When you're that close to the end zone, you find them, it's hard to get there. I'd rather play man, with your inside coverage from your safeties to give you a little help if they need to inside. But man up on the outsides and just cover up these spots, and then it's big time for your front four to get to that quarterback.
And I've noticed whatever trip side of the formation, whatever twin side of the formation they run, that inside receiver seems like he's always running a slant,
right.
And they've taken that completely away.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Completely. They have done that today, and this is hard to believe. That's the same team that we were watching last year. They have really improved.
John Galbraith and the staff and Coach Harris, they've done a great job putting this squad together here in year 3. Gonna pitch the ball to Eaton, and
he got it.
Eaton able to hold on to it, but he's gonna lose big yardage back near the 44-yard line. It's gonna set up a 3rd down and long now.
I didn't like that call at all there. That might have been okay on 1st down. After going deep, you may have to throw on 2nd down. Just pick up something, a screen pass, anything small. If the receiver could break it, then he breaks it.
3rd down, call it close to 16 for the Patricians offense now.
See if we can get, I don't know what they're going to do, but here he is again. Matched up one-on-one.
Bates outside
this way
to the right. Harris comes in motion, now settles in the backfield. They're going to run it and give the ball to Graham, and no running room for Graham. Ball popped loose. Graham able to fight for it to get the ball back, but they're going to lose 8 more yards back to midfield. Whew.
Yeah, they're going the wrong way right here. And the momentum is in the wrong spot right now. They got to get it back.
Going to call on David Harbaugh here to get away a good kick.
Yeah.
Hopefully flip this field position.
And this special teams right here can make a big play. That's what I'm telling you. They're so important because they can make something happen.
So Harbaugh to punt. 2 returners back deep for the Rapids. Harbaugh calls for the snap, gets a good one, gets this kick away, end over end. Going to be caught at the 20-yard line. And brought back to the outside, and another big return on special teams right near midfield. And it'll be half the field for the Rapids to work with, and 3:26 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, they almost broke that one too. Okay, well, this is a big series for the defense of the Patricians right now.
We've got another small discussion of the sidelines of where these two teams are planning on having dinner after the game.
Yeah, I don't think so. The temperatures are starting to go to another level right now.
One guy said burgers, the other guy said pasta, and then they lost all control. So we got everybody separated and back to their respective sidelines. And you know what I say?
We'll tell them about Lena's.
You know what? We'll tell them about Lena's. And you know what I'll say? You want burgers and pasta? Let's have both.
Yeah, there's this right there.
Dave and I went out to eat after the baseball game last night. We pretty much ate everything in sight after that game was over. First and 10 from midfield for the Rapids. Turn, give it on a stretch to the outside. Tailback trying to turn the corner. And he's going to have a little bit of extra speed to get to the outside edge.
Yeah, he got a lot more than I thought he was going to get.
That's Taylor on the carry. He'll pick up, call it second down and 3.
Yeah, you can see it, how that sun glares off of those numbers now. As we get here a little bit later, and it almost looks like 0 instead of 6.
Yeah, Jim warned me. He said those gold numbers are not easy to read. Jim, you were so right. Split one receiver. And we got a Patricians timeout before we split any receivers.
Yeah, it looked like they only had 10 men out there.
2:40 to play first half. Patricians 20 and the Rapids 7 on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
And we welcome you back on the PAFL's #1 source for Tier 2 action, Western Reserve Radio, the iMedia 1 network. Don't forget, Western Reserve Radio 1 has Cleveland Cobras football right now. With Jim Craven and the coach Bob Gessler. No score in that game early on. Second down. Long 3 for the Rapids. Man in motion from slot to the left. Jones sets up the screen.
That's a nice play.
And
You
that
gotta
is
come up. You
Calhoun
gotta...
who made the running catch.
Ooh, that ball would have been live. I said, boy, if that doesn't be caught, that ball would have been live because it was a lateral.
It shows you the speed of Calhoun right there.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd get it.
He has that extra gear.
Yeah, he showed it right there.
I always wondered what it would be like to have that gear. My gears were broke long ago. First and 10 from the Patricians' 35-yard line. 2 minutes to play first half. They're going to run it on first down. Ball carrier got hit right at the line of scrimmage and then carried a Patricians defender for a couple of extra yards to set up second down and short. As we've got a couple of players down.
Boy, I tell you, I'm telling you, it's a lot warmer. Like we said, this is a big difference, probably a 40-degree difference from last week. And we got guys going down.
Looks like 2 Rapids player and 1 Patricians player down on the field. Clock stopped at exactly 2 minutes remaining. We've got players down on the field, and the referee's saying to wind the clock.
Yeah.
I don't understand
yeah,
that.
I'm lost. Okay,
I don't believe he realized there were injured players.
I don't know. Well,
he's got an early dinner appointment.
Yeah, something there, because I was wondering when he was saying run the clock, and you got guys laid out, actually getting carried off.
We got a Rapids player being picked up and carried off the field. Can't quite. It looks like something.
Number 2.
Lower body.
Yeah.
The 2. That's Monte Taylor.
Who's made a couple plays earlier in the game, I tell you, and the Patrician player was able to get up on his own power there, but boy.
So it is second down and 2 for the Rapids. Jones has Two receivers short side to the left, one to the right side. They run it on second down. First down for the Rapids and more, as he's able to hammer his way right down near the 10-yard line. It's Pringle there on the stop, and after the big game last week, they have done a nice job containing David Pringle.
Yeah, absolutely. They sure have. They did something where they ran away from him, then they started coming at him with speed.
It's Rob Graves on the carry that time for the Rapids. Slot receiver left side comes in motion, trying to give it to him, trying to turn the corner, and he got pushed out of bounds.
We got another guy down on the field for the Patricians now.
And we got 1:05 to play here on the half, and a Patricians player down on the field, as you said. Player down completely on the backside of where the play went, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times you get cut coming across field, and that's exactly probably what had happened to him there. You know, I always talk about hydration. I'm going to tell you, you could tell, I could feel the humidity out here, so I know they definitely needed to do that today.
Hey, it's been muggy the last several days.
Yes.
Got both coaches also on the field with Coach Harris and Coach Hose meeting together. Player for the Patricians up and heading to their sidelines.
That's good to see.
Player for the Patricians, that's George Freeman Jr. Second down and 9 from the 14. 65 seconds to play here, first half.
Yeah, they need to definitely keep them out of the end zone if they possibly can. Okay. Well, going to that left away from us is wide open. That's where they want to go.
They're going to run it right up the middle. And that is a carry by Rob Graves. And now the Rapids going to use their first timeout. They'll still have a pair left. We will keep it right here. Don't forget, over on Western Reserve Radio, Cleveland Cobras, they are underway, and we will keep you updated on that game as they continue to play. It's the Cobras and the Broncos here in week 2. Don't forget, Dave, we've got the open date next week, so the Patricians will be off. We'll be back home again for the third straight home game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I tell you.
But don't
we'll
worry.
get to know this place for sure.
Don't worry. We're going to put some miles in.
No.
That's still coming. We're going to put some miles in with that trip to outside of Detroit to play the Hurricane coming up later in the season. So it's 3rd and 8 for the Rapids. Excuse me, 3rd and 3 from the 8. I know my numbers, Dave.
Right.
Twins to each side of the formation. The tailback is Rob Graves with Jordan Jones, the quarterback.
Here we go. Now we're man up. Now you got to go get the quarterback.
Jones fakes it to Graves, fires. Receiver makes a catch. He's pulled down short of the goal line. And they're going to give it to a 1st and goal. Yes, it is 1st and goal. They'll move the chains. Clock continuing to run now. Rapids have 2 timeouts remaining. We're approaching 30 seconds to go. Ball on the 3, 1st and goal from the 3. Jones gives it to his running back, and he is going to be stood up shy of the goal line. It is 2nd and goal, and the Rapids will use another timeout with 21 seconds to play in the half.
Boy, I tell you, the snap was quick and a little flimsy on that snap. I said, boy, he was able to get it to his back.
You know, baffles me when you see a team, and I have to say, or an announcer has to say, oh, he's up under center this time.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, a lot of times it doesn't go well.
Well, you're absolutely right.
I remember a few years ago I was watching draft coverage, and whatever top draft pick they were talking about, when they said, well, he's never taken a snap under center in his career, including high school. And I went, what?
Yeah.
It's the way the game has changed.
Yeah, it's changed. I mean, guys have never felt that snap come from the center and hit those hands.
Get under center, get in an eye, and run it down somebody's throat.
Yeah.
Second and goal for the Rapids.
Looks like they
Taylor
want to
now
go
in
left.
That quarterback spot. Taylor looking to run to the right side.
Good
Bounced
defense
off
there.
one tackle. He's again short of the goal line. It's third and goal, and the Rapids will burn their final timeout with 12 seconds to go in the half. Patricians have shown well in the goal line defense.
Oh, there's some arguing going there because I think they thought it was fourth down. They might have forgot about the first down that they got.
So it is third down and 1.
Is this third down or fourth down? This is fourth, and I think that what happened with the coaches.
The sticks say third down. The scoreboard says third down.
Wow.
This is they've ran 2 plays after the first down. So this is third down and 1. Going to keep Jordan Jones in there at the quarterback spot.
Okay, they're getting ready to come inside here, Mark, to the left. It's there. Well, they up close, so they're going to run it.
And try and push Jones over the goal line. And that is a 1-yard touchdown run for Monte Taylor. And the Rapids are on the board again.
Yeah, we're going to see a tale of 2 different quarters. We definitely have seen that.
So the Patricians' lead is now down to 7, and that bad snap may come back to play a factor in this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So Monte Taylor will hold. Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. will come on to attempt the extra point. Just 8 seconds to play here in the first half. Low snap, gets it down, extra point all the way, and that is good. And give all the credit to Monte Taylor there.
Yeah.
That snap was short and behind him. He was able to pull it down.
Yeah.
So we'll keep it right here, which is 8 seconds to play here in the first half.
And I'm sure they might try to squib it or something. They don't want that ball to be in Burgess' hands for sure.
David, 10:35 to play in the first quarter. It was 20-0 in favor of the Patricians. Since that point, it's been all Rapids, cutting the lead down to 6 at 20-14.
Yeah, we didn't seem to tell, like I said, of definitely the first quarter just dominated by the Patricians, and the Rapids have shown something to be able to come back like this. But you got to stay calm and poised. Get back on your game plan. Find out what has been being stopped now. You may have to just change a few things and get back and do what you do best.
So Rhodes Jr. to kick. Back deep for the Patricians. That's Miguel Burgess, number 8. You know Burgess with the neon shoes and the neon pink gloves.
Yeah.
Rhodes Jr. ready. He'll approach the football. End over end kick. Burgess is going to let this ball roll.
Well, he better be smart to know that ball is live.
They blew it down.
Okay, maybe they blow it dead once it goes past the goal line.
That sounds like high school rules.
Yeah, that was not like that we seen last season.
Yeah, we saw that where the ball was picked up and ran in for a touchdown.
Yep.
That was what? That was at Walsh?
Yes.
When it was the Cobras and the Canton Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
8 seconds to go in the half. Of course, we'll get you updated on the Broncos and Cobras over on Western Reserve Radio. First quarter, Broncos take an early 7-0 lead on the Cobras. We'll see what the Patricians decide to do here with just 8 seconds and no timeouts.
You see they're definitely playing deep and trying to prevent any kind of big play.
So
Yep,
McElroy will
that's
take
probably
a
smart.
knee. And we've come to the end of the first half. At the break, it is the Patricians 20 and the Rapids 14 on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through conversation, and it feels good.
Wow, your story is so...
Interesting?
Yeah.
When people actually sit down, talk, and listen to one another, they can break down boundaries and connect as human beings. At lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep, you can listen to amazing, life-changing conversations and find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough.
I was just gonna say to
Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Halftime here on Western Reserve Radio 2. Patricians with a 20-14 lead over the visiting Rapids from Cuyahoga Falls. We are going to now throw it to live coverage on Western Reserve Radio 1 of the Broncos and Cobras. Jim Craven, Bob Gessler on the call.
Oh, if he was able to keep feet, they're lining up quick.
Same formation. They'll go 3 receivers to the near side. Hurry up offense. Hand this one off to Johnson. Johnson upfield, pass at 50. He'll pick up a couple yards. Brought down near the 46-yard line. 2nd and 8 now for the Cleveland Cobras after that big play from Cooney to Tufts.
Yeah, that's a good job. So we got a yard on that, but that's all right. I just got to keep the offense going.
Devin Tufts, the first-year Cobra out of Nordonia High School, and he's done a good job, Coach, this year. I mean, it's for his first year, he's made himself known.
Macedonia, Nordonia.
A lot of onions there.
Put sauce on it, and they'll probably call it spaghetti.
Wise, Thompson, and Knight. 3 receivers to the near side. Cooney back in the shotgun. Johnson to his right. Tufts, the receiver, to the far side. 2nd and 9 for Cleveland. Some movement up front. Thought there was going to be a flag. Quick pass out. Knight on the catch. He'll try to get his feet, gather his feet up, and he'll get out near the 45-yard line. Maybe picked up a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for the Cobras.
Okay, they have got to keep the ball moving, and they have got to get some. They have not offensively, other than that big play. I mean, they really have got nothing. So, very staunch defense for the Broncos. They do a great job up front. And I'll tell you what, that front four gets it.
So Cooney back in the shotgun. Johnson to his left this time. 3 receivers to the near side. Knight going to go in motion from left to right. Cooney back to pass, looking out to his right, fires, and almost picked off. DeMonte Powell had big eyes there, and he had nothing but green in front of him.
Well, the only issue I have with that, Jim, is that's a great play if you're throwing from the center of the field. You can get it there quicker. He threw that from the left hash. That's towards us, towards the home side, and he threw that all the way across the field, and that ball hangs. I hate to say you're not Tom Brady on that throw. That thing kind of took a while to get there, and that DB just broke on it, and that should have been a pick 6. That hung.
4th down now for Cleveland. Jeff Cooper Ryder coming on to do the punting duties. Littlejohn, Germany. Trying to get the other number. It'll be the protectors for Cooper Ryder. 1:06 left here, first quarter. Broncos with a 7-0 lead. Cooper Ryder going to get this one away. It'll sail inside at the 10. It'll take an Ohio Bronco bounce. And they'll down this one at the 15-yard line. That's where Ohio will take over with 1:06 left here, Coach. And finally, the Cobras flipped the side of the field. Took some time, but nonetheless give their defense a little bit more room to work.
Yeah, they needed that after that big play. I mean, it did stall for them, but again, that's the adjustments the Broncos made. But, Cleveland has got to start mixing it up a little bit more. Maybe it's not such long passes. It's just, again, that. Cooney's just got to he's just got to relax out there and maybe change up plays and get some shorter throws in.
Under a minute to play here, first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Ohio Broncos at their own 15-yard line. Sibley now will be the single receiver to the far side. 3 receivers to the near side. Sewell in the shotgun. 1 running back offset to his left. He'll hand it off there, get tripped up, and he'll fall forward for a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down now, probably about 2nd and 6. I'm actually going to say maybe a whole 5 yards on that one for the Ohio Broncos. Clock continues to run as we round out this first frame. And we're going to have a player down here. The clock will stop with 33 seconds. Training staff coming out here. I believe it's going to be Ambrose McCorney shaking up a little bit. He'll head to the sideline. He'll work out on his own accord.
He's hanging that right arm a little bit. Maybe he got a little stinger there.
Second down now for the Broncos. And I believe the Broncos almost using this as a timeout. Finally, we'll get the whistle for play. Clock stop with 33 seconds. Should start on the official's call, and there it is.
They're winding.
So just under a half a minute to play here, first quarter. Twin receivers to each side this time. Benson at running back. He'll be to the right of Marquello Sewell. 12 seconds left in the quarter. Sewell with the handoff. Benson upfield. He'll have enough for a first down to be brought down at the 31-yard line, and that will round out the first quarter here from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Stark County. After one, it's the Ohio Broncos 7, the Cleveland Cobras nothing. We'll step aside for a timeout. You're listening to the PAFL on Western Reserve Radio. We're back right after this.
So, are you enjoying our station? Well, now you can take us along on your mobile device wherever you go. Wow! The free Live 365 app is available for both Apple and Android devices.
That sounds like fun. I'll give it a try.
Just go to the Apple app or Google Play Store and download it today.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world. Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We'll flip sides of the field. A new fresh 15 up on the board. They'll mark the ball at the 31-yard line on the right side of the field. Right side to us anyway. So far, the Cobras looking for an answer. Can't really find that spark here in that first quarter. They'll try to recover it in the second. They trail the Ohio Broncos 7-0. Cobras will head to Infocision Stadium next week. So far, the Cobras looking for
smart play.
So Broncos will have a 1st and 5 of their own now. Ball at the 36-yard line. Cobras trailing 7-0. 14:44 left here, second quarter. Asienbert, the single receiver to this side. He'll be joined by Strickland now. DeAndre Black on the coverage to the outside, handoff up the middle. And will be brought down after a couple of yard pickup. Call it 2nd and 4 now for the Ohio Broncos. And that's going to be Raquan Benson on the carry.
Piccone looked like, is that how you pronounce that, Jim? He was on the ground holding on to his ankles.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Ohio Broncos. 13:56 here. The clock continues to run here, second quarter. Apparently an error rate incoming.
Oh, my Lord.
Some kind of siren in the back. Marquello Sewell, the receivers 2x2. Benson behind him. They'll give it to Benson. Nowhere to go. It'll be brought down. They're going to flag on the play, and it's going to be a face mask. I think Robert Littlejohn or Carmen got a little bit of that face mask. That's going to be an additional 15 for the Ohio Broncos.
Yeah, and that's tough because, you know, you have a hold of them and you're reaching, and sometimes them fingers, it's, you know, they get caught in that face mask. And when you pull them down by that, that's personal foul. So Cleveland's got to pick it up. They look a little flat today. I'm sure that, they just got to get something going here.
Yeah, not a situation where you can give up 15 yards free.
No.
And now the Broncos will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Cobra 49-yard line. 13:08 left here, second quarter. Twin receivers to each side. Strickland and Burt will stack on the near side. Soule with the handoff. They'll get the ball out to the 46-yard line. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7 now for the Broncos.
Well, I'll tell you what, the thing with Cleveland is, and I've noticed this on the last few plays, I've been kind of watching, see what they're doing. They're tackling, they hit them the first time, but they're not.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
Hope you enjoyed the live look-in for the Ohio Broncos and the Cleveland Cobras. That game continues live on Western Reserve Radio, westernreserveradio.com, and the Live 365 network. We are at halftime. Patricians with a 20-14 lead over the Rapids, and this first half kind of has similar feelings to last week, Dave.
Yeah, it sure did. Patricians got off to a fast start, really looked good, and then all of a sudden the tide kind of changed. And that's exactly what we had in this first half here, is that momentum switched to the other side. But they can get it back by just coming out, following their game plan and playing sharp, and just start moving that ball as they did in that first half. But it is definitely looking just like last week.
Scoring started at the 8:43 mark of the first quarter. It was Johnson Sr.'s 1-yard touchdown run. Harbaugh's extra point gave the Patricians a 7-0 lead. 4:31 to go in that quarter. It was the first of two McElroy to Bates connections. This one from 14 yards out. Extra point by Harbaugh gave the Patricians a 14-0 lead. 10:38 of the half. McElroy to Bates. This time a busted coverage 38-yard touchdown completion. The conversion was no good as the snap was bobbled. It was 20-0 in favor of the Patricians. And then it would be Phillip Jr. on the reception and the extra point, making it 20-7. And then with 8 seconds to go, Taylor's 1-yard touchdown run and ensuing extra point cut that 20-point lead down to 6. Here at the half, it is Patricians 20 and the Rapids 14. We can also tell you TPI Custom Photo Lab is the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call them at 330-793-3456. Dave, keys to the second half for the Patricians.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, they're going to have to make an adjustment on defense for sure and get back to putting pressure on the quarterback as much as possible. They shore up those running lanes because they're able to run to that outside. We done seen that. They've been attacking it, and they're going to have to definitely shore that part up.
It almost seemed like they changed their approach. They were throwing the ball early. They ran the ball late, and a lot of the run has been between the tackles.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're taking it off, and they definitely have to snuff that up, and shore that up because they're having their way right now running the football.
It is now 14-0 Ohio Broncos leading the Cleveland Cobras as that game is being played in the first half. And we're going to get set for our third quarter to begin. And this, Dave, is a big defensive possession for the Patricians.
Yeah, big time. Big time. When you have a team that has got that momentum, they start to get confident, thinking they can do whatever they want to do on the football field. It is big time to come out that second half and show that it's a different deal, especially at home.
How hard is it to carry that momentum through halftime and back onto the field for the third?
Yeah, it is tough sometimes, but I believe I'm just looking at what they did at the end. They really could feel good about themselves and start feeling confident. But if the Patricians make those adjustments that they need on defense, then they can definitely switch the tide real quick.
Harbaugh set to kick under overcast skies. We are ready to begin the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio 2. If you're looking for the Broncos and Cobras, find that on Western Reserve Radio 1. Two returners back deep. They've learned their lesson this time, Dave. They're inside the 5.
They see that he can get it back there.
Honestly, you never know until you see what the kicker can do on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Harbaugh,
a little pooch.
end over end, pop-up kick, fielded at the 30, brought back across the 35, 40, 45 and near midfield, and that is where the Rapids will start with the football, just shy of midfield.
Yeah. You see they got that energy there. It's a good starting position right there near midfield, or it looked like it's right at midfield.
You understand why you do the pop-up kick, but the lanes weren't really filled well.
Yeah, no, they wasn't. And they popped up right to him. You really want to pop that up to an empty area and make them move around a little bit. And that one, he was able to just catch it and take off and get upfield.
Jordan Jones, the quarterback for the Rapids. They'll break the huddle. Two receivers go to the right, one to the left side. It looks like that is Calhoun in the backfield with him. 2 yards deep. Set up on a wing to the left. They're going to run it with Calhoun on first down. He's up the middle, has a big first down run. He'll bounce it to the outside, stay on his feet, and he is all the way inside the 30 and down near the 25.
Yeah, it's a 25-yard run there, and I mean, he ran with some speed and authority on that play, boy.
So a big run by Calhoun.
And as you said earlier, they just changed their philosophy and said, hey, we'll pass it every now and then. We're going to run the football, and they have made a distinct determination to run that football.
Ball on the 30-yard line, first down and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. One of the Patricians unabated into the backfield. That'll be an easy 5 and make it 1st and 5 for the Rapids.
Yeah, you can't help them along. Now you're starting to make mental mistakes, and those mental breakdowns and things are going on.
1st and 5 at the 20-yard line. So just like that, 2 plays, and the Rapids are in the red zone. Receiver comes in motion, pop it to him on the sweep, trying to turn the corner, strung out well by the Patricians defense. As coming up there defensively, that is Marcus Brown to make the stop for this Patricians defense.
Yeah, he definitely came up there. But they gotta get their defensive ends to come upfield a lot quicker than that. And once they see that, they're gonna see the difference of what they can do. These guys got a lot of speed. They're getting on the corners easily, so get their defensive ends to get upfield quickly.
Jones with the running back behind him, 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Second down and 3. They'll run it with the tailback. That is Rob Graves, number 26, who stopped just inside the 15-yard line.
Yes,
third down.
Yeah, look like they got about 5 yards there, maybe 4.
Call it third down, long for opening drive for the Rapids, right to left here in the third quarter.
And the Rapids seem like they're so confident. This is a good down to play action and throw the ball, but they seem like they're so just like, I'm just going to run the ball, and they made a determination to do so. Yep, I thought they moved on the offensive line. Let's see what they call.
They got flags thrown up
See what
front.
they call here. I'm looking. Haven't seen a gesture for anyone yet. Nope, they called it on the defense.
They did.
Yes, they sure did. And I thought I seen some offensive movement by the inside of the offensive line.
That'll give the Rapids a first down. Ball at the 14-yard line. It's Monte Taylor now in at the quarterback spot. Quarterback keeper with Taylor pulled down from behind.
Yeah, he better put that ball away because they coming and they're trying to strip it. And he got close to doing just that.
It's a short gain for Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor is still down.
George Freeman Jr. on the stop for the Patricians. We've seen the Rapids rotate quarterbacks between Taylor and Jordan, both wearing single numbers, and only real difference is the height between the two. Sometimes hard to see those single digits.
Yep.
Player for the Rapids going to started his way off the field, but now he is going to slowly make his way off the field. Looks like Morgan Hill, 95 maybe. 11:35, clock rolling here, third quarter, 20-14, Patricians with the lead. The Rapids looking to get the ball into the end zone here to start the third quarter. So that will bring Jordan Jones back to the quarterback spot. Split 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Rob Graves is the tailback.
Rapids need something big on defense right now.
Second down and 9.
Big.
Jones to throw, looking end zone, overshoots his intended target, incomplete.
Yeah, and Johnson right there was thinking exactly what I was thinking. He thought that thing would be a little underthrown, and he was getting ready to undercut that boy and looking for a big-time play.
Incompletion brings up third down and 9. 10:53 to play, third quarter. Ball on the Patricians' 13-yard line. 2 right, 1 left, single back in the backfield, and a wing to the left. Jones to throw it. Pressured, sacked, and he's going to go down at the 25-yard line.
That was, yeah, I'm telling you, he came off the edge, and he wasn't even get a hand on him trying to get that block out there.
George Freeman Jr., number 2 on the sack for the Patricians defense. Sets up fourth down, and no sign of the Rapids kicker so far.
No, and that, I mean, they're showing no respect as far as the Patricians defense. They want to go for it.
4th down, 16.
They got to get all the way down to around the 9-yard line.
Jones overlooks the defense, twins to each side. Graves the tailback. Jones
he-
to throw.
Freeman
Pressure
again.
Sack again. Freeman with help from
Oh,
Mark
my.
Breyer. And they make the sack and force the turnover on downs. Haven't really
What?
seen them send a lot of pressure, but the
No.
last couple of plays they brought the house.
And the thing about it, Freeman is actually playing the defensive end. They just can't get a hand on him. He's getting right past the offensive tackle.
So turnover on downs again, and the Patricians will get their hands on the football. Here
That
with
was big.
9:54 to play.
That was big defense. Yeah, that's what you need.
Again, 9:54 to play here in this quarter. Patricians will have it on offense for the first time. We'll see Corey McElroy, the former Mineral Ridge Ram, at the quarterback spot. Tailback Jordan Eaton, the Austintown Fitch Falcon. Going to put McCullough in motion, move him to the slot, to the right side.
He's matched up with him. Oh,
He's
little
already
pressure
got the
coming.
corner backpedaling.
Oh.
Play fake. Looking downfield, has a man out there. That's Mark Greyer, and the
Oof.
pass knocked away.
He's
and
got to go to this
incomplete.
guy. I mean, right off the line of scrimmage, McCullough had his guy beat immediately off the line of scrimmage. He gave him that little stutter and go, and he was gone, wide open.
So Mark played his high school football at Mountain Point High School. Where was that in Ohio?
Well, you have to tell me that one.
It's not. It's in Arizona. I was getting all of this information, and I replied back. I said, where's that? Oh, yeah, it's in the Phoenix area.
Oh, wow. And we got him all the way here.
So 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Twins to each side. That's Bates to the outside to the left. McElroy working out of the pistol. Single back next to him, left side. Takes the snap, 2-step drop. Gonna step up in the pocket. Sidearm swings.
yes.
Ball batted in the air, intercepted by the Rapids. And breaking tackles across the 40 and down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, those things happen because you that kind of play, you're coming forward with the ball, and then you put some zip on it. You know, the receiver got to catch that football, but that's just putting too much things in harm's way, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
After the play, we had another friendly conversation between McElroy and one of the defenders for the Rapids.
Yeah, it's coming to that now.
Well, one said Browns, the other one said Steelers, and then it was on.
Oh, no.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. First and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Rapids. Jones overlooks the defense, sends a man in motion from right side. They fake it to him. They slip it inside, and that is swallowed up defensively by the Patricians after a short gain.
Yeah, good defense on that play. A lot of different movements on that offensive play there, but staying home, reading your keys, they were able to be there and only give up a couple yards.
Cobras find the end zone on a touchdown pass in the second quarter, cut the Broncos' lead to 14-7 over on Western Reserve Radio 1 or the Live 365 app. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 38-yard line.
Let's see if they can they're probably going to try to pass. Let's see if they can block Freeman.
2nd and 9. Jones will run it on 2nd down.
Good tackle there.
Nice open field tackle.
Yes, absolutely.
That's Derek DiMattea on the stop.
Yeah, that was a very good open field tackle there. Because he had some room to run on that play.
So 3rd down and 6 from the 35. 8.5 minutes to play, third quarter. 2014 Patricians have led all the way so far.
Yeah, I mean, Freeman does a little bit of everything. Now he's out. And it took him. No, he's back there on that edge. Let's see if they can block him.
3rd and 6.
Yeah, I'm sure he makes them nervous.
Jones takes the snap. Timing ball downfield. Pass
Ooh,
off the hands
the
of the
coverage was
intended
there,
receiver.
but he almost. Yeah, coverage was there. He almost made an acrobatic catch, but good coverage there by Johnson.
Looking for Spooney downfield, and it brings up a 4th and 5.
Well, I think they'll go for it. If they go for it on 16, I'm sure they're going to go for it now, 4th and 5.
We'll see if the Patricians want to bring some pressure here, if they're going to lay back and play coverage on 4th and 5.
Yeah, it's interesting. And you got to watch the draw here. I definitely would have my eyes open right there. You're absolutely right. Because I can see a draw coming to him right now.
4th and 5. Jones takes the snap, drops the throw, gets rid of it quickly. Pass caught near the first down marker. And they are going to give him the first down catch, and that'll be a 4th down conversion for the Rapids. Clock rolls at 7:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Patricians have the open date next week. We're back here with you in 2 weeks. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Jones has a tailback behind him. They give it to Calhoun. Try to stretch to the outside. Avoids Mark Grier's tackle attempt. And he's got a big gain down the sidelines. And he's going to have the football down to about the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Rapids.
Yeah, as soon as he was able to break contain, boy, he had a lot of room to roam there. That is definitely what has given them a lot of trouble is guys have been able to get on that edge and pick up a lot of yardage. I think that's why they changed. You haven't seen Pringle back in the game. You've seen Freeman and you've seen Cryer playing on those end spots mainly because of, I just think it's just the speed is too much. Try to cut that off with your guys who definitely have speed.
1st and goal from the 9. They will hand it off on first
Cryer
down.
had him
He
too.
spun away from the first tackle attempt.
I mean, Cryer had him dead to rights back there.
DiMatteo.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt. He's not going to make it to the sideline.
Tried to hobble off as he's got an ankle injury. I think he even lost his cleats. So got him down across the far sidelines. He tried to make his way to the sidelines and then ended up on the grass.
Yeah, he couldn't make it. I tell you, Cryer definitely had him in the backfield and couldn't make that grasp.
You could tell the humidity becoming a factor here in the second half.
It absolutely is. You see a lot of guys going down. They definitely getting up, but it's some fatigue, some hydration. It's all going on right now with both teams.
You can hear our referee, let's go, on the ball. They're winding the clock. It's that fancy crowd mic that Dave got. You can hear everything. I'm telling you, you could hear the birds chirping during the baseball game yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That's what you're talking about. Great equipment.
And goal. Jones takes the
Oh,
snap,
good D
gives
there.
it to Calhoun, and this time he is swallowed up and pushed back. That's Harris in on the stop for the defense for the Patricians.
Yeah, that was big. That was big there because you can't let him break through the line.
So Calhoun going to come to the sidelines. Monte Taylor going to check in as well. Looks like they might run this one with both quarterbacks on the field.
I think so. We done seen that too a couple times.
Twins to each side. Jones the quarterback. Taylor is now the tailback on 3rd and goal. Jones takes the snap, Pitches it back to
they
his
can't get
tailback, turns the edge, tight ropes the sideline, and he's in
We got a
the end
penalty
zone,
marker.
but
Penalty
there is
marker
a
back there.
flag way back here.
Yeah, and he knew it too. It's going to be on 55, I'm sure.
It was actually funny because the official was kind of like imitating the player. Not me.
Not me.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, he telling them, yeah, you did it.
Well, now I've heard from both you and Jim over the years that I know neither one of you ever held.
No, you can't do that. I never held.
You just kept them hands in tight where
Yeah,
nobody
in
saw
tight.
you.
I told you. Right, what hands?
You
if
said-
you're wearing a blue jersey, I bought blue gloves. That's how you do it. I did.
That's why you walk in the equipment room for the NFL teams and they got every color under the rainbow.
Yep, I definitely did. I'm not going to lie about it.
3rd and goal from now all the way back near the 20-yard line. Twins each side. Jones the quarterback. Taylor's the tailback. Check that. Calhoun is back in there at the tailback spot. Jones downfield. Pass caught, little comeback route. And he's thrown down back near the 10-yard line.
I thought that would be picked. It looked like it would be. And they just did not react to the football.
So we're down to 4 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. And the Rapids facing another 4th down. Again, they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Here comes the kicker.
Yeah.
So
because this is either 4th, you got to score. I think because it's right to the end zone.
So Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. knee will go down at the 22. So make this a 32-yard attempt for Rhodes Jr.
Now, those ends going to have to be cautious. You see who's holding the ball. You don't want any fakes.
Snap down. Kick has distance.
Oh, yeah.
And that kick is good from 32 for Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. We have ourselves a 3-point ball game. 3:14 to play in the 3rd. Patricians 20, Rapids 17 on Western Reserve Radio 2.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
PAFL Tier 2 action in Cleveland. It's the Ohio Broncos 21 and the Cleveland Cobra 7. That is late in the first half of that game. We've got ourselves a 3-point game here, 20-17, Dave.
Oh, yeah, we sure do. And this possession is big for the Patricians. They got to get something going.
Need a big return here from the special teams unit and Miguel Burgess. It's going to be fielded short, picked up by one of the up men. Fake the pitch back to Burgess. Isaac Coker on the run. Trying to turn the corner, and he's going to get out of bounds near the 25-yard line. And
wait, we might have something right here.
A couple of pushing and shoving.
And you get no flag on it, but that was right in front of the Patricians. I seen
now
there go now the flag went up.
Well, you know what?
Right
That
in front
one
of
got worse. Somebody said Ohio State, the other guy said Michigan, and then it was really on that time.
I mean, I seen him pounding the guy's head into the field. Nothing was being called at that time. And then we get it late, so will it be offsetting?
We will wait and see. 3:05 here, 3rd quarter. Clock is stopped. Waiting to see what they're going to mark off. Had one of the Rapids coaches right there with the official. And yep, that's personal foul on the Rapids. So tack on 15 more at the end of that return by the Patrician special teams and set them up in good field position. They're going to be all the way out at the 45-yard line.
Yeah. I mean, they're in great field position here, and you can capitalize on this.
So the Patricians, knowing the play clock rolling down, sprints to the sideline, to the line of scrimmage. Twins to each side. McElroy, the quarterback, running back to his left. Trying to run it, cut it back to the left side before being pushed back after a gain of 1 by Jordan Eaton, and just not able to get the running game going here in this third quarter.
Getting a lot of extras over there, a lot of extracurricular, and they're looking for those calls over there.
We saw a lot of quarterback run early. There hasn't been much of that either.
We haven't seen that at all for quite a while. I would say since the first quarter, Mark.
2nd and 9 from the 46-yard line. Eaton got 1.
Now here we go again. McCullough is out here, and he's singled up, and I just don't think this guy can cover him.
Play action, rolling that way, looking for McCullough, and set goes underneath, and the ball batted away and incomplete. Trying to go to Anthony Harris, who got separation late, but it's incomplete in 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, I don't want McCullough to get sometimes receivers start getting down, he start not wanting to run the route, but he is getting open with no problem. And I just don't think the corner number 13 can cover.
So 3rd and 9, 2:07 to play in this third quarter.
And I'm kind of shocked that they have not seen that from up here.
Going to put McCullough and Harris to the right. That is Bates to the left. Harris now going to go in motion from right to left. McElroy takes the snap, rolling to the strong side. Eyes downfield, looks downfield. Bates makes the catch, and he'll go out of bounds. Going to spot him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. There's Landon Bates from Hubbard with another big play when the Patricians offense needed it.
Yeah, when they needed it, he wants to go to his hands guy, and he's the guy to put it on there.
Going to pick up the tempo, come right back to the line with twins to each side.
Oh, I'm going to call it one more time, Mark. Here it is, 1-on-1. Oh, look at that.
McCullough was wide open, but McElroy ran the football.
You already called it down.
They called him down back at about the 37-yard line. And let's just say the Rapids coaching staff does not agree with that call.
And that's being very nice, Mark.
We are very nice here, Dave.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, under a minute to play, third quarter. Still a 3-point lead for the Patricians, 20-17. It's been a game of runs. It was 20-0 Youngstown, and then the Rapids came right back, and they've scored 17 unanswered. 2nd and 10 from the 37.
Oh, yeah, he's slant open.
McElroy to throw, step it up in the pocket. Eyes downfield, that's Burgess back in there. Burgess down the sideline, 1st down and more, and spins off a tackle for a couple extra yards down near the 15-yard line.
He's a guy that you'll just have nightmares about, because I mean he runs at full speed.
Could you imagine scheming for him?
Yeah.
He'd keep you up at night.
He'd keep you up.
We are down to the final 5 seconds in this third quarter, and the Patricians will not run another play. We are through 3 full quarters. After 3, it is the Youngstown Patricians 20, the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 17 on Western Reserve Radio 2.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Final 15 of this one put up on the scoreboard. We've got ourselves a dandy going to the fourth quarter. 2017, Patricians with the lead and the football. They need any kind of points they can get on this drive.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
So we flip ends of the field. Patricians now right to left here to start the fourth.
I mean, they're having problems covering landings. This guy catches everything that's in his way. And McCullough has no catches, but has been wide open all day long.
First and 10 from the 15-yard line. McElroy sends Harris in motion. We got movement up front. Here comes the flag. It's going to cost the Patricians 5 and make it first and 15.
Coach Harris, I'm sure, doesn't like that because you don't need those mental breakdowns in this crucial part of this game here.
So it is first and 15 at the 20. Still waiting to start this fourth quarter. Last check, the Broncos still leading the Cobras 21-7. That game heading towards the half. Low snap, McElroy picks it up, has time, looking downfield, steps into a throw, looking for his receiver, knocked away at the back of the end zone, and incomplete. There were two players for each team there, and it was tipped away and incomplete.
Yeah, McElroy hit the helmet of the defender when he let that ball go. Seen him shaking that hand. I mean, he hit the helmet. That never feels good.
You're looking right now about a 37-yard field goal attempt should they need it. We saw Harbaugh hit from 35 last week in the 24-14 win over the Patriots.
Yeah, we got a slight breeze, but it's really hard to detect which way. It's back and forth with that.
Patrician's going to break the huddle, come to the line. One last quick adjustment to Tavon Parchment Sr. in the backfield. That's going to be a delay.
Yeah, you can't have that many people on and then one run off the field.
Legal substitution, excuse me.
Can't do that.
That'll cost them 5 more. Make it second and 20, back to the 25. So penalties pushing the Patricians potentially past the range of David Harbaugh.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Jordan Eaton, the tailback. Corey McElroy, the quarterback. Eaton gets the carry, and not much running room for Eaton towards the sidelines. It's going to bring up a third down now and long.
Penalty marker.
And we got another flag after this play.
Is that going to be just a warning?
Might be a sideline warning. And it is. So the next one will be a penalty on the Patrician sideline. Third down and long for the Patricians. Bates will come to the left side.
You can see they lining up. They know he might go that way.
McElroy's going to keep the football. McElroy going to be knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. He'll pick up about 4. It's going to be fourth and near 16.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like neither one of those last play calls at all. Going for the field goal. Almost like they conceded to get that.
So Harbaugh will come on. He is 1 for 1 on the season, connecting from 35 yards last week. We're going to see where the holder puts the knee down.
It would be right hash.
Knee's going to go down at the 30.
Yeah, so we're about at a 40-yard field goal here.
So, yeah, this would be a 40-yard attempt, but now the Patricians going to take time with 12:58 to play here in the fourth quarter. It is the Patricians 20 and the Rapids 17, and these could potentially be 3 big points in this game.
Yeah, and it seemed like something is not right, Mark. I mean, I didn't, for myself, I didn't like the last 2 play calls. Then it seemed like it's confusion there. You're going for the field goal. Now you got to call a timeout. So it has to be some kind of confusion going on right there. Just you may need that timeout later.
So again, the knee's going to go down at the 29. So make this a 39-yard attempt for David Harbaugh. Snap down, kick, line, drive, has the distance, and he got it. 39 yards for David Harbaugh. He's 2 for 2 on the year, and the Patricians' lead is back to 6.
That guy can boot it, I tell you. he had enough on it with no problem. That might have been good from 50.
It's just not something we are used to seeing at the semi-pro level. No. And, throw the semi-pro out of it. If you've got a kicker, it doesn't matter if it's 8th grade football or the NFL. It's a difference maker.
Yeah, it's definitely a difference maker. Ask the New York Jets. They lost about 5 games because of their kicker. They want to say Aaron Rodgers, but it was their kicker that lost at least 5 of them on his own.
That's not a good football team either way.
Yeah, yeah. But when you're in close ball games and you should win, and you're talking about NFL and you're only 30-something yard field goals and you're missing them, you got a problem.
Yeah, somebody asked me this week, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh? I said, as a Browns fan, I'm happy. He's the oldest player in Steelers history. It's quarterback.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right.
It don't sound right. But I got a feeling he's going to play well. I don't know why, but I do.
If you think he's going to play well, you draft him in our league then.
No, I ain't going to say that.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's different.
Patricians ready to kick this football away with Harbaugh. 2 returners back deep for the Rapids. Harbaugh drives this one inside the 5-yard line. Across the 10 to the 15.
Oh, nice.
Outside 20, 25, 30,
wow.
And then hammered down. That's Mark Grier who delivered the blow, but the returner popped right back up. Sean Smith Jr. on that return for the Rapids. It's been some hitting this week.
Yeah, we got some energy out there this week.
They don't have called 3 games in 3 days tiredness. Whoever made that schedule, I got to talk to that guy.
Yeah, you better talk to him. You're going to be talking in your sleep, broadcasting something tonight. I don't know what, but you're going to broadcast something.
I'm going to be asleep at 7:30. That's what's going to happen. Rapids with 2 receivers right and 1 to the left, wing to the left. Play action with
and
Jones.
Freeman, here he comes.
Step it up into the pocket. He's going to be wrapped up after about a yard gain.
He missed him. You're right. Freeman, you see Freeman said, he's getting there. He just missed him.
Darian Owens, who was down earlier in the game, got that tackle for Youngstown.
And, earlier we talked about the great play of David Pringle, and I'm not taking that away from him, but he just was not effective today. And Deb went with Freeman at that end. He has been outstanding.
2nd and 9 for Jordan Jones. And the Rapids takes the snap. He'll hand it off. That's Calhoun dancing his way through the backfield, breaking free, and he's going to go. Emmett Calhoun all the way into the end zone. That is a 59-yard touchdown run for the Rapids. And for the first time today, they have taken the lead. They've tied this game up at 23.
Yeah, they got the opportunity to take the lead on the extra point. Something happened here, and I don't know what. Is it getting called back?
They're backing everything.
Yeah, I mean
everything up.
Yeah.
So that the kicker was out on the field, ready to attempt the extra point, and now what's going on? We got a very angry Rapids sideline.
I don't know what
I never saw a flag.
I don't know what's going on, period, because the play was up here, so why are they down there?
Well, the play was from the 41.
Did they ever flip field? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on right now.
So it doesn't go to the woods. But he told me to run the clock.
Yeah, he did.
Why are we running the clock?
I would turn the clock off.
Yeah,
just let them be mad.
They're kicking this way now.
Yeah, but
there's no reason for the clock to be running.
The clock shouldn't be running. This is an extra point. Yeah. I'd be going nuts if I was on Patrician's sideline.
So, Joe,
I'd be going nuts because
it's a bad snap. Flag on the play.
I have no clue what's going on.
Kicker got a big hit on one of the Patricians, celebrated, and then picked him up. So 10:49 to play in the ball game, and we are tied at 23.
I wouldn't even respond, man.
23-23 our score. So we had a penalty that stopped the conversion attempt, and now we've got one of the Rapids players down on the field.
Yeah, he told him to run the clock. That's why I don't even understand why they flipped the field for it. It's not dark. You can still get the ball in there. But it was an extra point, so the clock should have never been running.
Royster was the injured player for the Patricians. They're helping him off the sideline. So Rhodes Jr. will come on and attempt the extra point. He did.
I know. I don't understand
Snap
that.
down, extra point on the way.
Oh, he made it.
And that is good. So it is now the Rapids 24 and the Patricians 23 with 10:49 to play here in the fourth quarter.
But, I mean, the Patricians lost about almost a minute of time. It should be 11 minutes and something right now.
I've never seen he wanted the clock wound on an extra point attempt. That's not part of play.
And he was saying it, winding it while they were still walking down. He was telling him to wind it while they were walking down, not in a play. That's why I was like, what the heck is going on?
He's in a hurry for this
I
game
don't
to be
know.
over.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I'd be going nuts. If the what-you-call-it was going I wouldn't even pay no attention.
I don't understand why.
I pay no attention to nonsense.
Want the clock to be winding when you're.
I don't get that.
The game isn't even happening.
Man, I'm telling you. I would be going nuts. I probably had all kind of personal fouls right now. I mean, penalty flags been flying all over because I don't understand it.
Yeah, at least ask for an explanation.
Yeah,
Something.
I mean that's some big minutes.
Kick away. That's Miguel Burgess going to play it on a hop. Bobbled, picked it up across the 20. And then Burgess got driven back when he got across the 20. They got a little momentum swing here over towards the Rapids side of the football field. But still plenty of time. 10:44 to play here in the fourth quarter. 2 timeouts for the Patricians, all 3 for the Rapids.
I tell you, Patricians got to look to both sides of that field, Mark, I'm telling you, because if they do.
In a one-point game, you know, around a minute could be a huge factor.
I agree 100%. You just can't, I don't understand that he had him wind the clock when there's a score. I'm lost. But I'm more lost that nobody on the Patricians, I see nobody make no, I don't know if they weren't paying attention. I didn't see anything from that sideline.
So it is first and 10 for the Patricians with 10:44 to play here in the fourth, trailing first time this afternoon by 1. Going to send a man in motion, fake the pitch to him. McElroy goes downfield, has Harris wide open for the catch. The ball came loose. And the Rapids have come up with the loose football as Harris couldn't complete the catch to the ground. Harris a little slow to get up.
Oh,
He'll make his way to the sidelines. This will give the Rapids good field position in Patricians territory. As they will take over offensively. Well, Dave, if this game wasn't fun enough, we'll do it again at June 28th at Infosystem Stadium in Akron.
Right. Boy, oh boy.
First and 10 from the 30. Jones overlooks that Patricians defense. Takes the snap, puts it in the hands of Rob Graves, who falls forward for a short gain. It's going to bring up second down and close to 8. So Graves will check out. Calhoun will come back in. Calhoun's 59-yard touchdown run tied this game at 23. The ensuing extra point gave the Rapids a 1-point lead. Second and 8 from the 30. Jones hands off to Calhoun, and he got driven down once he crossed the line of scrimmage by Carl Dale, number 17.
Yeah, and he just came in and
he just filled the hole and made the play.
Yes, he did.
So Calhoun comes out. Graves will check back in on 3rd and 8 from the 30. From this spot, about a 47-yard field goal attempt if the Rapids chose to attempt one. Trips left, single receiver right side. Slot man left comes in motion. They flip it to him, try to turn the corner.
He did.
He was able to turn, get the edge, and got the first down for the Rapids.
Might have been short there. Yeah, he's a little short.
It's 4th down. Okay, he went out by, the sticks say, about a yard.
They're getting ready to come up inside. They got to be ready because they're coming up inside with their quickness.
4th down and 1. Graves is the tailback. And we've got a flag, false start penalty on the Rapids was the early indication, and that is the penalty. Haven't seen a lot of flags on the Rapids this afternoon, but that one was big, costed them 5 yards. And they're going to bring on the kicker, it looks like.
How long will this one be? This would be about a 47-yard.
Right, the ball's at the 30, so 47 yards for Bobby Rhodes Jr. They're going to punt it here the way they're lining up.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to punt.
Yeah, try to get them.
Then we had a whistle and a timeout. Rapids going to use a timeout. They weren't all on the same page there.
Yeah, because I was thinking field goal, but if he punts it, I can see him trying to get them tied up close to their goal line. Around the 5, in between that 5-yard line if they can.
So the Rapids use a timeout. They've got 2 left with 8:04 to play here in the fourth quarter in a 1-point game. Put the coaching hat on. What do you do here?
Well, one of the things I would do with Patricians, watch the fake. I want to see who that man is next to the kicker. And if he's one of those backs, I was watching. Now, I don't see that now. They had the bigger guy. They had one of those backs back there at first. I'd have been a little nervous they might try snapping it.
So the Patricians will
But they have nobody back there, though.
Put anybody back. Snap back to Rhodes, and it's going to pop this one up, and that's going to be caught on the fly by one of the Patricians and able to bring it back for a pretty good return.
Yeah, decent return there.
That ball was returned by Marcel Jackson Jr., number 26, and why not? If you got a chance to catch the ball on the fly like that, do it.
Do it, and it might break something. He actually did a lot better than I thought he would. And you could break something like that too, Mark, on that. Because everybody seemed to be so settled down. Did you notice that?
There was no rush on the punter at all.
Nothing. Everybody just real relaxed. And you get a kick like that, he takes off. He can take it to the house.
Rapids going to play with a single high safety.
Yeah. Which tells me that there's somebody singled up a lot. So, I mean, let's throw the football.
McElroy takes the snap. He'll look to throw it. Has time. Going to take a shot downfield. Ball underthrown and picked off. That pass, they were looking for McCullough downfield. And the pass was intercepted. Bates made the tackle. And the interceptor is down on the field for the Rapids. That looks like it's 5, Anthony Spooney, who was banged up a little earlier.
Yeah. He was trying to get that ball to McElroy, but that's the wrong area. Single high safety. You're going right in the middle, right where he was at.
He took a big shot from Bates after the interception.
I'm definitely going to the outside areas because he's got to rotate to help, and he's got a long way to run either way. But throwing it right there in the middle, you really challenge him.
So they're tending to the player down on the field for the Rapids. Took a big shot in the back after the interception. And the Rapids are going to have the ball at the Patricians' 48-yard line and 7:47 to play here in the fourth quarter. Good to see him up to his feet now. And he is gingerly making his way towards the sidelines in front of us.
Boy, what a game this has been, Mark. I tell you, you talking about ebbing and flows. We done had it all.
Right, this was a 20-point Patricians lead in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Now a 1-point deficit here with 7:47 to play in the fourth.
Yeah, since that point, we done had a 24-3 football game.
Jordan Jones at the quarterback spot. Trips to the left, single receiver right side, single back in the backfield. Jones takes the snap, hands off to the running back. It looked like Rob Graves ahead for about 4. Every play, there's been big hitting tonight. You could tell this game is wearing on both sidelines.
Oh, yeah. This is the Bengay game.
This is knowing you don't have to play next Saturday
you
and
don't
being
want
happy
to.
about that.
Yeah, for sure.
2nd and 6. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Calhoun, the tailback, with Jordan Jones letting the clock roll down as we approach 7 minutes to play.
That's not offsides right there, 52.
Takes the snap.
Oh, my.
Gives it to Calhoun.
Is that
He's
Freeman?
blowed up in the backfield. That's, as you said, Freeman in the backfield once again.
I'm telling you, he has been a beast out there. Yes. That guy has been a beast out there.
They've gone to the speed in the matchup instead of the size, and it's
right.
paid off.
And it definitely has paid off.
Back to the 50, 3rd down and 11.
And if it's a pass play, we see if he got any energy to go after the quarterback, because he's been doing it.
Game clock now at 6:15 to play. Rapids by 1, 24-23.
Oh, he moved that time. Yep.
That's going to be a false start penalty on the Rapids, and it will now become 3rd and 16. You could tell just both teams tired.
Yeah, oh yeah, and this has been a game. This is one, like you said,
this is one
at least
where
we know the Patricians don't play. I don't know about them, but the Patricians aren't going to be happy not to play.
This is where you start looking forward to the rematch at InfoCision Stadium.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure this has been a heck of a game.
Trips to the left, single receiver right side. It's 3rd and 16. Game clock under 6 minutes to play, 4th quarter.
And it's a draw play right now. That's what I see.
They've hit it a couple big times with Calhoun.
Yeah, I can see it. That's what they're looking at, trying to run the clock a little bit.
Jones letting the clock run down even more. They may just take a delay here and punt the football. Calhoun now going to go in motion. Jones to throw it. Going to look downfield for Calhoun and incomplete and through the arms of a Patricians defender. Isaac Coker had a chance to make a play on that football.
I mean, the ball was there for the making there.
You kind of wonder, is it better to intercept that or not? Not knowing how much of a return you're going to get, you're a little more.
Well, that was 3rd down there. Now it's 4th, so you definitely pick that one off. Now 4th down, you're right.
Now they will punt. Back for the Patricians.
And we know who that is.
That's Miguel Burgess, number 8.
You won him with the football. I actually would put 2 guys back. I'll put him and McElroy back there.
Low snap, rush on. Rhodes Jr. gets the kick away.
Ooh.
Burgess had it roll past him, so he's just
That's not good.
He's got to pick this one up at his 2-yard line. Broke free down the sidelines for a little bit of yards. And now they're going to blow this play down.
He's down around the 10-yard. He might be in probably around the 5. Huh?
Am I wrong, or is the clock not supposed to run on a change of possession?
Oh, don't tell me the clock.
It stopped now.
But it was running.
Yes. Just making sure I had my rules right.
Well,
knowing what's happened today, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know. As we have said in the past, we learn a lot of new things during the summer. Boy, I mean, but that, in all seriousness, that minute that went by, how important that was.
Yeah, it could be kind of huge now. 1st and 10 from the 10, 4:40 to play in the game. McElroy takes the snap, steps up into the pocket. He'll run with the football and slide down near the 15-yard line. He's going to pick up 5. It's 2nd and 5.
You got another injury. See if they'll stop the clock or tell somebody to keep it running while they're injured. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to
4:24 to play in the game. Rapids with a 1-point lead, 24-23.
Oh, man.
It's been a game.
Yeah, it's been a game. For sure. We can't complain about anything here. Well, I can't say that. But but as far as the play on the field, we can't complain about that. Both these teams have played hard. It's been a very good physical football game.
Good.
Hard hitting.
Still 21-7, Broncos and Cobras as they're in the latter stages of the third there. And we can remind you, TPI Custom Photo Lab is the official banner supplier of the Youngstown Patricians. Find them online at tpiphoto.com or call them at 330-793-3456. So one of their banners when we came in, those are crisp and nice.
You see that out
like
there
that
already.
Western Reserve Radio logo on it.
Yeah.
This looks like, tell if it's a cramp they're trying to work out. It might have been.
It might have been.
Player Dowd is now up and on his feet.
Man, he's got to come off. Yeah, that's probably what that was.
One of the big guys up front on that D line for the Rapids. Back to play, 2nd and 5 from the 15. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Snap high, McElroy pulls it down. Dancing in the pocket, looking downfield, has Bates wide open on the other side of the field.
Whoa.
Does not have time to see him and get him the football.
Yeah, he's got to be able to try to scan the entire field. He hits him. He just needs to make a couple moves for it.
So the Cobras will get their rematch with the Rapids next week at InfoCision.
That's quickly.
That's interesting scheduling because that can stew the pot of a rivalry a little bit when you just have a week apart of games.
Yeah, absolutely. And after losing on a field goal, you think they don't want to get back to battle?
3rd and 10 from the 10, 3:17 to play in the game. Patricians down by 1. McElroy to throw. Gonna take a shot. Ball hanging in the air. Bates looking for the football.
Oh!
Off his shoulder pads and incomplete at midfield. It'll bring up 4th down and 10.
Boy, and that's the first one I've seen this year that actually, if it touched his hands and he had the opportunity to catch it and it came off, that's the first time I've seen it. I thought he definitely was going to pull that one in also.
So with 3:04 to play, looks like the Patricians will punt the football back to the Rapids and play the field position game.
Yeah, that's what you have. I mean, you have to do that.
At the spot on the field, it's almost a given.
Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and really look at, and I love Bates, but you definitely got to spread that ball around and look at where you got mismatches at. And I tell you, number 13 could not cover McCullough at all.
Timeout on the field with 3:04 to play here in this one. We can step aside quickly. It is the Rapids 24, the Patricians 23 on the iMedia One network.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Penalty flag on the field. Like they declined the flag, so 4th and 15.
You know, Mark, you mentioned, and it is so far looming really big. That extra point is big because we would have a tie ball game.
Snap back to Harbaugh. He's going to try and throw the football. Looking for Greer and incomplete. No. And the Rapids will have the ball at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I don't know. You're on a chance. This is something I wouldn't do down there. You just got to kick the football, try to rely on your defense to make a play, and get the ball back.
And still 2 timeouts in your pocket.
Yeah, that's why you do it. I mean, now you're giving them the ball at about the 10-yard line, and giving them the opportunity to get maybe score.
Then you've got to score, get the 2-point conversion. If they score.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Not just. I'm confused right now, Mark.
So
I'm a little confused.
Jones back out there on the field. Two running backs with him. That's Calhoun and Graves in the backfield. Receivers to each side. And offside on the defense, trying to anticipate that snap count.
Yeah, it's just getting.
So defensive encroachment will cost them 5. It brings it to 1st and 5. Run it with Calhoun, broke off of 1 tackle, and we're going to be twisted down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just now that, everything's against you.
So this brings up 2nd down and short. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in this 4th quarter. Letting the clock roll all the way down as we approach the 2-minute warning. Down to 2:05. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And that will be the 2-minute warning. 1:59 to play in this one. It is the Rapids 24, the Patricians 23 on the iMedia One network.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
Off the 2-minute warning, they put 1 second up on the board, so we're at the full even 2 minutes to play. 2nd down and 2 coming up for the Rapids. Two receivers split wide to the right, one to the left side. Split backs in the backfield with Jones. Takes the snap, gives the ball to his running back. That's going to be close to it. But I don't think they got the first down. I think it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah.
Cobras pulling their way back into that game against the Broncos, now trailing 28-14 in the 3rd.
That one seems to be going back and forth here. If they can just shut them down once and get another score, they'd be right in that ball game.
Now the Patricians will take a timeout. And we will keep it right here when we have an opportunity. Dave, we mentioned it. Open date next week for the Patricians. And then 2 weeks, they host the Steel City Bobcats in Week 4 action on June 21st. Head off on the road for the first time on the 28th to take on these same Rapids at InfoCision Stadium. They wrap up the home portion of the regular season July 12th after the 4th of July weekend break against the Cobras. Then we make our trip up to Detroit to take on the Michigan Hurricane. And the season wraps up as the Cobras will host the Patricians on the 26th to round out the regular season.
Boy, I tell you. You know, and you just can't afford to lose games when your season's 7 games long, 8 games long. You can't afford it. And this is one I'm sure they would love to have back.
Rapids going to run the tush push, and they will easily pick up the first down. I'll be curious now. Patricians are down to 1 timeout. There's 1:15 to play.
Right.
Do you run the clock out here if you're the Rapids, or do you make a statement by trying to get more points?
Well, if you want to be nice, the cliche guy, you just kneel on the football now. There's nothing else. I think they just called it. Did they call that timeout, their last one?
Patricians called their last timeout with 1:09 to play.
Okay, yeah. You could just run. That's all you got to do is kneel on the ball now. Three kneel downs, the game's over.
That's why it makes, what do they do? What should they do, and what would they, are completely different
But
things.
if you want to, rub some little mustard in it, you're going to score. And, boy, that's going to make few people rub the wrong way and be something else when we get up to Akron.
And we've seen in years past sometimes where point differential, is a tiebreaker, then it was taken away. So it's one of those where I'm glad they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Because point differential as a tiebreaker basically forces you to try and blow teams out.
Yeah, that's what it does, absolutely. And we used to see that in a lot of things, like in college football. They were running the score up just before that.
They're not going to take a knee. They're going to try and push the ball into the end zone, and they're going to score the touchdown with 1:05 to play, and the lead is now 30-23.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at it that way, they're saying, hey, now you can get the ball with a minute left, no timeouts, and you have to score a touchdown.
Now they're going to go for 2.
Which is a smart move, because that would just put it out of range.
So 30-23, Jones on the field to attempt the 2-point conversion. Receiver comes in motion. They give it to him on the sweep, trying to bounce to the outside. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds with 1:05 to play. And the 2-point attempt is no good, so it is 30-23. And the Patricians will have 1:05 and no timeouts to see what they can do.
Let's see what they can do with it. I tell you. I mean, believe me, it is enough time. Only thing different is they complete a long pass downfield. You got to hustle down there, because I think they go NFL rules there, and the clock won't stop. And maybe it will, just for the chain gang to move down, and then it's back running.
Well, we have seen opportunities throughout this afternoon where we got a penalty, personal foul on the Patricians.
When they do something, they do it on the kickoff. You don't allow them to run it again.
Never saw a flag.
No, I didn't see one at all.
All right, there was a flag on the field for that, and
Must have been an unsportsmanlike conduct of some kind.
Right, that'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Right.
So
which really hurts the Patricians because now they move up, and even if they pooch that kick, they could get better coverage because it's so close.
Less space to cover.
That's right.
So 30-23, Rapids with the lead. And they will bring on Bobby Joe Rhodes Jr. to kick the football away. Looks like it will be back for the Patricians. Looks like Christopher McCullough and Miguel Burgess. If you've got a lateral play, now's the time to run it.
Yeah, and exactly what went through my mind. I said, do we have a lateral going on or a reverse of some kind? Because you got speed on top of speed back there deep.
Little Music City Miracle, part 2. That kick is going to go into the end zone. McCullough's going to bring it out. Why not at this point? Got a block from Burgess, and he's able to work his way down to about the 17-yard line. And that is where the Patricians take over with 58 seconds, no timeouts, down by 7.
Yeah. And he was thinking about trying to break it. Another thing, he could have just went on and kneeled down, and then they would have had a minute.
58 seconds to play. Here comes McElroy and the offense. You're listening to PAFL football on Western Reserve Radio 2, part of the iMedia One network.
Well, let's see what can happen here. A lot of things can. You got 4 to one side.
Going to overload the one side, put Harris to the right. Now we've got a penalty for a...
I think they got 12 men out there.
That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, they got, when I seen they had 4 receivers over here and then 2 went on that side, that's 6.
That's too many.
Yeah. Your 5 linemen make you have 11. Quarterback is the 12.
Jim always said, you notice there's a problem if there's 2 guys lined up in the same spot. First and 15 for...
Okay, you got McCullough all by himself. Let's see if this guy can cover him.
Burgess takes the snap. Going to roll to the outside. Avoids the first tackler and will go out of bounds near the 15-yard line.
They walking back. Receivers walking back. You'll hear angry coaches. If it was me right now, I'd go crazy on them. Get back to the line of scrimmage so we can either spike it or get another play.
Second down and 10, no gain on the play. McElroy to throw, feeling the pressure. Going to swing it out to Bates, who makes the catch. Made the first man miss and then dives for the sidelines, gave himself up and got out of bounds with 22 seconds to play in this game. Patricians going back to the sidelines. Rapids got a player slow walking off the field on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and they'll have to use a timeout. So it'll be first and 10 at the 43 off the timeout. You like that formation? 1 to the wide side, overload the short side?
Yeah.
Basically force single coverage to that side.
You're forcing that, and you give them the option to run deep, or you can run a post, a skinny post, any of that real quick, and it's just him. You know, you got the deep safety that's back there, but if you have that inside, then you can run some fancy stuff, because if you got an inside guy on this side, you can run a skinny post, catch that ball and come across full speed, but flip it to him as he comes back across, and he could take that ball to the house. So you got a lot of things you could run on this.
First and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Okay, now Now they're trying to single up Bates on this side.
Corner playing off of him, backing up, giving him a big cushion. McElroy to throw.
Can he get out?
Bring the blitz, and down goes McElroy back at the 40-yard line.
They were coming.
Down to 8, 7, 6, 5. This will be the final play. Snap it, and McElroy will spike it to make me wrong with 3 seconds to go.
Well, give us one more play of excitement. This is a game of all of that. We didn't have it all. Excitement, disappointment, frustration.
If you weren't here for this one, where were you?
Oh, this one was one heck of a game. It's one that the Patricians definitely had in their back pocket and just allowed it to get away.
They're going to give a big cushion, lay off all of the receivers.
Oh, yeah, they're deep, deep.
Of one way back at the 5-yard line.
But there you throw it up. You go everybody and you throw it up and you might can get an interference call.
McElroy takes the snap, stands in the pocket. He's going to let it rip downfield. And that ball is going to be intercepted as time expires. And this one is over here this afternoon.
Boy, I tell you, that one right there, I tell you, that would hurt. If I was out there as a player, that one would really get to me there.
We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up here from the old home of the Jackson Midland Blue Jays on Western Reserve Radio.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important that you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
All right, class. Let's hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older sister to a big oak tree. It was at least 100 years old. My mom said I must have set a record or something. And then we went down by a stream and perched up on this huge rock and saw all of these little minnows swimming around way below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was guarding him at the bush fortress. And my sister and I brought him back to our super twig fort for safety. And then we all laid out and told stories until it got dark. And the Big Dipper led us all the way home. Wow. Awesome. Where were you, Jill? Yeah. We went to the forest. It's not that far away. Anyone want to come this weekend?
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week and find the fun, adventurous you. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Your home for PAFL football is the iMedia One Network. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Both teams together at midfield as they talk about this contest that was a well-played, very physical Tier 2 game in the PAFL.
Yes, they both need a lot of rest, Mark, because I'm gonna tell you, they played at a full speed. We didn't have that lull where you have guys like a lazy part of the game. This game was played all out, and we've seen some good talent out there on that football field tonight.
And Dave looked it up for us. The Cobras and Rapids will play next week at Infocision Stadium. The Patricians, after this physical game, they're going to be happy to have a couple weeks to get ready for their next game.
Absolutely. And then they'll go up to Infocision soon after to get try to get revenge. You know, it's something, boy. This game, they definitely need that week off. You got one look right there. We got one of the players. He was sitting up. He just said,
"I'm gonna
get
take
away
a little
from
rest
me, lay
here
down."
on the field."
Yeah. Just let me lay down for a little bit.
Going to the fourth quarter, Broncos 28 and the Cobras 14. In that game, you can flip over to Western Reserve Radio 1 and catch the end of that PAFL Tier 2 game. It's been an interesting first 2 weeks for the Patricians. They go into this little break 1-1 in league play.
Yeah, and I tell you, and I'm impressed with them. I am, because they looked better on offense, but they were just stalemated in the second half, and I thought they came one-dimensional. They were passing the ball, and they were basically going just one way instead of spreading that ball out, a little bit of running, and they got a little bit too one-dimensional. But were able to see them, make some plays on offense that they wanted to do. Like he said, he wanted his offense to get better. And then I loved the play of changing guys that I thought would never, like I said, David Pringle was one of my favorite guys, but he just was not effective this evening. And the kid Freeman came in, and he was just –
He made a home in the backfield for a little while.
Goodness. He should have put on their jersey because he was actually in their backfield all the time.
We will see you in 2 weeks when the Steel City Rapids come to the home of the Patricians. And we will join you for that game, 3:45 pregame and a 4 o'clock kickoff. That's going to do it for us here this afternoon from North Jackson. The Rapids come into the home of the Patricians. They come into the Owl's Nest. They get a win, 30-23. For executive producer Dave Ferris, for my partner Dave Clark, my name is Mark Means. You've been listening to Patricians Football on the iMedia One Network.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.